Hello and welcome back to Rue Valley. We are learning to deal with all of our fears as we talk to the doctor. We do the deep loops and we get some clues on how to get out of this time loop. But more importantly, how to fix our problems, it seems. We've just recently had a dream about peeing ourselves and forgetting all the words during a choir. So we better talk to the old doctor about it at the beginning of this loop. I need your help to understand a dream that's torturing me, and I won't take no for an answer. Well then, Mr. Harrow, I can't offer no as an answer. Please share that troubling dream. Share the dream of singing in a choir. And that's when I woke up drenched in cold sweat. At least you didn't piss yourself. Dr. Fink takes off his glasses, bushy eyebrows assaulting the world, and looks you straight in the eyes. Thank you for sharing this dream. I know it's not easy to be so open and honest, especially since we've just met. Sure, we've had this conversation like 30 times, Doc. Now, let us attempt to break it down and make it clearer for you. The conductor with your adult face and the blank sheet music stands out. Could you share your thoughts on these two elements? The conductor is angry at me. Based on your description of the dream, I would argue he also shows disappointment that you even tried to sing. Does this adult Eugene represent a figure of authority to you? Why are you afraid of him? What's not to be afraid? He's standing there frowning and waving his rod of judgment. This points to the possibility that you may fear judgment as much as failure itself. Let us focus on the fact that the conductor has your face. Do you have any idea why? Ooh, am I my own worst enemy? It seems that you perceive yourself so, yes. You agree that the conductor holds a much greater authority than your fellow singers. His approval or disapproval also carries much more weight. Since, in a dream, you are much younger, and he is an adult version of you, his disappointment that you tried to sing when you should have stayed silent tells us a lot. It seems to me that you may have used to try things as a young man, but as years passed by, you slowly adopted a rule not to try in order not to fail. Let us analyze the remaining symbol. When I saw that blank note page, dread oozed out of my skin as cold sweat, as if my life was in danger. Indicates a triggering of the fight or flight response, meaning you might perceive the danger as real. Why do you think the sheet is devoid of notes? Make me rely on myself, not an external source? That could be the purpose of making. What could be the purpose of making you rely on yourself? What would happen if I got too confident? This sudden inability to remember the composition coupled with blank pages may represent a deep and irrational self-insecurity. Another interesting point is every other choir member sings, which means they still know the composition and their sheet music is complete. Any idea as to why? I'm the black sheep, the imposter, the one who does not belong. So they're doing fine and you're doomed to fail. Let us look at your dream as a whole. Upon realizing your sheet music was blank and you can't recall the words, you choose to improvise. With that attempt failed, met the choir's ridicule and the conductor's disappointment, you gave up trying and merely pretended to sing. Stripped of all its fundamentals, your dream consists of attempts, failures, public shaming, and ultimately self-directed bitterness, which stems from not the failure alone, but from the act of having tried. I strongly suggest that this scenario is what you fear would happen if you tried doing certain things in your life. But this fear that you certainly fail if you try is irrational. Do you often feel like your actions will go wrong even when there's no reason to expect that? I simply developed a sharp instinct for trouble. It tells me not to take risks. Mr. Harrow, what I see here is a defense mechanism of self-distrust that chooses inaction. The reasoning is protective. No attempt means a no failure. Since you never let yourself see the alternative, you lack the disaster as proof. You were right to hold back. This confirms your fear, locking you deeper into the very pattern that created it. Something there, perhaps. I urge you to sit with this insight, Mr. Harrow. The cycle of self-doubt is a vicious beast, but it can be tamed. And by simply acknowledging it, you've taken the crucial first step towards resolution.
All right, then. You should go and check.
That's it for today. Man, we are just like speedballing therapy right now. Gotta go check the grave today. I guess if we're going to the grave, we can go talk to Robin as well, just in case she knows anything about these locks. An adult person looking back on a young, sane person. Child fears the future looking back. Resenting the child for what they once were. Yeah, yep.
What do you mean?
I'd like a word with you.
Hello, Mr. Harrow. How are you? Are you ready? All right then. So
I say I'm ready to check in. Okay, so I can't talk to her about the electronic locks. That's not the way in here. But we'll head to the graveyard. And we'll check out the grave. Put the phone on silent. It is very fun, the concept of, like, with the loop, sort of having to do certain similar things every single time. Like, the phone ringing is, like, it's familiar, right? Statue depicts Maynard K, the founder of Bothwood and the K Cattle Empire. Time to reveal his secrets. The stone statue is perched atop an intricately carved sarcophagus. It oozes action, man and animal, muscles taut. Driven by a singular will, Maynard is ruthlessly driving the horse into a wild gallop, preparing to cast the lasso. He stands tall and proud, capturing his bravado and spirit perfectly. The sarcophagus is adorned with several rows of inscriptions. Weathered stone vase placed before the grave holds a bouquet of yellow flowers. Read the inscriptions. Maynard K, founder of the K Cattle Empire. Patriarch, beloved husband and father. I blazed the trail and this is my home now. Interesting. Wasn't about being the first, it was about staking a claim and establishing a legacy, ensuring his efforts and achievements would be remembered. Maybe this credo is a clue to the secret you're looking for. Is it, this is my home now. Is it about Rue Valley or the grave? Perhaps neither. Whatever if it hints at a hidden chamber, a place where he safeguarded his most cherished secrets. Blaze the trail must have a deeper meaning. Maynard sought something more profound in his life work, something hidden underneath the grandeur of his public persona. A metaphor for pioneering new ideas, a quest for significance beyond the cattle empire and familial duties. Observe the overall posture of the statue. His stance exudes confidence and authority. His posture is balanced and purposeful. Every detail, from the way he grips the reins to the firm set of his jaw, speaks of a man accustomed to the rigors of ranch life, at ease with command and action. The head of the horse is slightly turned to the left, resulting in an eerie effect as if he was following you around. The statue, Maynard's face, is sculpted with rough-hewn features, a hint of stubble adding a rugged charm. His expression, a mix of smiling and screaming, as if he's ecstatic about something, like catching a calf. Focus on his arms. His huge muscular arms are tensed, veins bulging slightly under the stone skin, conveying the intensity of his action. What a cowboy. Meow. His left arm extends forward, gripping the reins tightly, while the right one is drawn back, poised to release the lasso with precision. Gaze upon that chest. The way his muscles cling to his clothes cling to his muscles is like they were made to highlight every bit of his masculine strength. Well, damn. Broad, sculptured, just begging to be caressed. Did it suddenly get hot around here? Or, I don't know, Maynard's got it all. Examine the statue's lower torso, just in case. As if the sculptor knew exactly how to capture Maynard's allure from every angle, the craftsmanship leaves little to the imagination. The fabric of his pants clinging to strong, muscular thighs, and between them... Wait. The contours and textures of the stone subtly suggest his virility, his manly allures, his... Stop! There's something odd about it. That's true. Something is sticking out of his groin, but the details are hard to make out in the dim light. Use your phone's flashlight. Yep, the groin area definitely looks differently, but you can't figure out the details from down here. Let's climb onto the statue and inspect his dong. The entire area appears somewhat brighter and coarser. I need to touch it. You do. The texture confirms your suspicion. It's made of a different material than the rest of the statue. What could be the reason? Did someone conceal a secret compartment inside the groin? Or better yet, the secret itself is inside. You just need to figure out how to open it. Thankfully, I'm reckless. Pull it violently. Tug on that dong. It's rock hard. The secret behind the statue's groin is finally revealed, and its irregular shaped hole evidence of past damage. It's clear now that a different material was applied during the repair process, which explains why it looks so strange. In hindsight, that's the only logical explanation. Still, what caused this damage in the first place? Was it an accident, or did someone do it on purpose? Who would damage the statue like this, and why? So many questions arising from a groin. All need answers. Check the vase. The vase is as ancient as the sarcophagus, but it holds a very fresh bouquet of rue flowers. Someone still visits the grave after all these years. And that someone might know Maynard's secrets. Kind of a hasty conclusion, but no harm in finding out who's leaving the flowers. As your fingers brush against the cold, somewhat dusty surface of the sarcophagus, a chill runs through you. Death. Oof, I don't want to think about that right now. Yes, sir. Swept it under the rug and we're done. Graves often hold more than just remains. They hold stories, and somewhere between the lines, a secret lies waiting for you to discover it. That statue's happy to see me. Walter's grave, still green with hunger for his body turned cadaver. So that's it? There's nothing else at this grave? But we have to figure out who's visiting it. Search online and ask around about it. Well, we might as well go talk to Maxine, seeing as in we're on this part of town. Head to the gas station. Sure as heck not going to get to the ranch at this time of day. Ba-da.
I'm telling you, something strange is going on here. You know, my dad has been disappearing from our house lately.
Wait, I do want to actually listen to this
Walter,
part.
well, not like this. He just somehow... well, he usually comes back, and I'm bloody worried something...
Oh, well, of course you're worried. That's...
Alright, this is not new. But I need them to talk. Alright.
Yeah.
Come on, it's...
Even if he's...
I don't know, but...
brothers...
Yeah.
And some...
Tell me about...
Right.
I was a...
Yeah, there's no such...
Well,
Alright, hold on. I actually have internet here, which I didn't realize. Search through the internet for what Maynard's secret might be. Got some good search terms. Maynard K, statue damage. Too many results show up. Most of them look like they're not connected. I'll have to narrow down the search. Groin. A couple of results. Corresponding snippets show up. Actors performing as historical figures like Maynard K often injure themselves, mimicking the dramatic poses seen in paintings of statues. These iconic stances place undue stress on the groin, potentially leading to long-term damage. That's not it. The controversial lawsuit in which a visitor claimed groin-related injuries after tipping the display case of a replica of the Maynard K ranch house in the museum lobby, falling into the statue of a hedgehog, damages paid out to settle the claims. Maynard K statue's private damage. All your social... Did you mean Maynard K statue private damage? Injunial region damage. Hi, Mona. Looks like there aren't great searches. Are there Wi-Fi connections here that we can use? Max gas. There is a password. Hi, Moni. You coming in to say hello to everybody? You're nice and warm. Oh, it's a big kitty cat. Now take a little kitty cat moment here. Moni's been having a hard time because her sister smells like the vet. Hey, big Mona. Petting a cat, trying to figure out how to rephrase search terms into finding actual useful information about a statue's groin. What a day, right? Man, you smell like cat food. Hey. You like the microphone? Here. You can sit on my lap. You can sit on my lap. We'll play video games together, Mona. You can be part of chat today. Okay, but I do need the mouse. Little Mona appreciation, right?
No, not like.
Big.
I mean,
Yeah. Maybe.
yeah. He's here.
Hey, do you...
All right, they're onto the croissants.
980.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just hope. Wait, I just have to see it once more.
Thanks.
Crack a boom.
Welcome to Max Gas. You need some help
Hey,
getting
Max.
gas in that city car of yours? You don't want something else? We got no booze, mind you.
Do you know that Maynard statue was damaged? She gives you a grim
Sure,
look.
I know it. Every time Pops took us to see his grandpops, I couldn't help myself and kept staring at it. It's unpleasant. The damage was done in 1985 before my time, but I know the tale from my pops and others. That's gonna stain the K family reputation forever, it seems. Apex Ore made sure of that.
What does Apex Ore have to do with the statue?
Everything. If it wasn't for Apex Ore, this whole valley would be a different place. They made millions digging out our gold. In return, we got toxic tailings and water that's blacker than night and deadlier than poison. My pop saw 'em for the shitheads they were and tried to make 'em go away by running for mayor, but he wasn't aware of just how far those fuckers were ready to go.
Language, Maxie.
And the damage to his grandpop statue is a result of that.
So they sent guys with pickaxes to break some balls?
I don't know how it was done, but I do know Apex Ore did it.
I still don't understand why,
It's
though.
simple.
Her tone implies she thinks you are simple.
They damaged the manhood of Maynard K. The man who built both woods started an empire. At the same time, they attacked my pop's manhood by showing him they can do whatever they want and that he doesn't have the means or the balls to respond in kind.
So how is running for mayor connected to this?
It's simple. Pops was running for mayor in 1985 against Bill Thatcher, who was then mayor, but everybody knew he was just an Apex Ore bootlicker. Pops wanted to ensure people of Rue Valley get by what is by right theirs, a percentage of the profit of the gold mine from here. Of course, that would make a dent in Apex Ore's revenue. A week before elections, Pop organized a mass rally. Apex Ore sent their thugs to make a mess of it, and boy, they sure did. The rally turned into a brawl, and the brawl into a 2-day riot. At
Yeehaw.
one point, Apex Ore took a chance and damaged Grandpop's statue. Shitheads.
Something's not quite right. Corporations will stop at nothing to protect their profit margin.
Yep. Profit rules it all, and people can go fuck
Yep.
themselves. But you know what? Apex Ore was honest about that. Unlike those sweet-tongued Coral Destiny folks.
That's
Modern
fair.
corporation that pretends they care about you but will walk over your corpse for a dime. Now they are the real shitheads.
Never mind, the cat is the only real thing about that. It's still funny to put together. Miners with pickaxes on a statue. Your nation's history contains a fragment about miners with pickaxes sent against student protests. Wow. Guilty party that recently passed away was never formally accused. That's crazy, man.
That's why I run my own business. Only way to protect yourself is to become financially independent.
Something's not quite right here.
Oh, many things are not quite right here. Pops lost the election to Thatcher. People blamed him for the riots, thought he caused them. And Apex Ore still does business, and we're left with toxic water and infertile soil. So, yeah.
Quite a story. Thanks a bunch.
I hate telling it, but we must remember.
Any chance I could get the Wi-Fi
Are
password?
you gonna buy something or what?
Sure. How about a pack of gum?
A pack of gum coming right up. And the password is, damn, let me think. Yeah, oh, that's right. Uppercase T3, ST, exclamation point, uppercase X, 5, uppercase V, 3R, 1 TA5.
Test something veritas. IXS? ITS? Maybe? Test its veritas? Test its truth?
And my no good brother came up with that spew, and let me tell you, it's one of the easier passwords he came up with. You ought to see the awful mess of a daily password waiting on me back home. The thing looks like someone hit a keyboard while sneezing.
Let's have a daily password waiting. I'd like that password too. Okay. Well, we learned a little bit about at least who busted that stuff up. Never had a democratic revolution. We had inhibited uprisings and silent communism until they lost an election and someone got the chance to set in motion mechanisms. That is a trip. All right, I think we're just waiting for the loop to end here. Doc, hello, how you doing, dude? Come on in, come on in. We're looping. We're looping again. 846.
How can I help you, Mr. Harrow?
I don't know. Let's just look out this window. Only got a minute, so might as well stare right at it. Blissfully small child back then. It's how history works, right? That's why we need to talk to our parents. That's why you should call your mother right now.
Still with
Pause
me,
this
Mr.
video.
Harrow?
Call your mom. She hasn't heard from you in a while. Tell her you love her. And have a nice conversation. Ask her how her day is going. Do I have a question? No, actually, no, I don't.
All right then. You should go and check in at the.
See you later, Doc. You live with your mom? There you go. Well, then it's very easy.
Come on, you thief!
What is the faster way to enter the K house right now? Search online for answers.
I'll break you open if I have to.
Go to the Kuiper Belt. Here's a neat thing I'm noticing. Frank's battery is not recharging. It does consistently go down. The nice part is just that, like, he's connected to the Wi-Fi pretty much everywhere. So even if we don't have access to the Wi-Fi, we can use his phone to get access. Still some stuff here we have to figure out too, but Bill Thatcher, Maynard K. statue damage. Old repository of articles from the Botwood Observer. Statue of Maynard K. in the Rue Valley Cemetery was vandalized last night by unknown perpetrators with significant damage inflicted upon its manly domain. This shocking act of defacement has intensified the already heated atmosphere in Rue Valley, with both sides of the community blaming each other for the escalating tensions. Community reactions have been strong and polarized, which calls for unity and thorough investigation on one side, demands for retribution and heightened security matters on the other. Police have launched an investigation urging anyone with information to come forward. We're treating this incident with the utmost seriousness and will pursue all leads and ensure those responsible are brought to justice. Deputy Sheriff Bobby Canis. When asked to comment on this incident, mayoral candidate and Maynard's grandson, Walter K., responded cryptically, "Why don't you ask Bill Thatcher and Mr. Wannabe K. who did it?" We've reached out to the Botwood mayor, Bill Thatcher, for comment, but are still awaiting a response as of our print deadline. Bobby Canis, Wannabe K. Social media post from Cody Canis shows up as a result. He's replying to some silly discussion. Literally history lesson for those who must have forgotten. The Canis name isn't just some footnote in Bothwood. We built the place. When Bothwood was nothing but dust, my great-great-granddaddy, Clayton Bronco Canes, wasn't just a settler. He was Maynard K's right hand, the man who made Bothwood what it is. His son, Wayne Canis, a general and war hero, and my granddad, chief's assistant. Then my dad, Bobby K, and me, both of us sheriff deputies, 5 generations of Kna's men keeping the town safe and enforcing the law. We got blood in this land. We own the whole damn block of Bothwood. Unlike some folks around here, my family didn't just show up. We've been here from the start. Next time you feel like running your mouth, maybe try learning a little history first. Hashtag know your place. Hashtag Bothwood blood. Hashtag Canis legacy. Maynard K, wannabe K. Botwood Observer. During a rally this Thursday, mayoral candidate Walter K delivered a fervent speech calling for a return to the traditional values and preservation of the K family honor. Addressing what he described as unfounded attacks against his family, he emphasized the importance of heritage and community pride. We must stand together against those who seek to divide us, Walter proclaimed to an attentive crowd. The K family has always been a pillar of this community, and we will not allow malicious rumors to tarnish our legacy. Our descendants will forever honor the esteemed founder of Bothwood, Maynard K, while the names of Bill Thatcher, Camellia Lopez, and Mr. Wannabe K will be faded into obscurity. Camilla Lopez related to Anita? It's possible, but the speech also addressed the letters purportedly sent to Maynard K to his alleged mistress, which have been submitted to the Rue Valley Historical Archive for authenticity verification. Concerns were raised about the integrity of both the ongoing examination and the institute itself. Walter K's campaign has recently shifted to a defensive stance, moving away from its initial focus on economic issues and the threat of Apex or taking over local resources. This change has alienated some of his broader base, particularly younger voters and Apex or union members, who seem uneasy about this unexpected turn towards traditionalism. Maynard K. Camilla Lopez. Online bookshop selling a book entitled The Power Behind the Campaign, How Corporate PR Shaped Bothwood Politics. A retrospective on that corporate-backed PR strategies that shaped late 20th century political campaigns, focusing on the careers of PR masterminds Victor Langston, Camilla Lopez, and Daphne Calder. Known for their ruthless messages and no-hold-bar tactics, they orchestrated high-stakes campaigns, including smear operations against influential figures like Maynard K. Look up the alleged mistress letters. The recent scandal involving a local man, JG, claiming to be Maynard K's illegitimate son, has taken a troubling turn. Last night, the tombstone of his mother was allegedly the alleged mistress of Maynard K was desecrated in the cemetery. Derogatory words were scrawled across the black granite headstone in red paint, sparking outrage and sorrow among the local community. JG. (1988). So this is the same year that Maxine and Alex are born. Authorities are investigating the act of vandalism, which appears to be connected to the controversy surrounding the K family. JG, who recently made public the raunchy letters allegedly sent to his mother by Maynard K, expressed deep distress over the incident. My mother deserves to rest in peace. Mayoral candidate Walter K condemns the act, emphasizing, regardless of the claims made, this vandalism is reprehensible. The K family does not condone such behavior. The incident has fueled intense debate in Rue Valley, with many questioning the integrity of the K family, while others rally to their defense. Sweet Jesus, there's a lot in here. It's 2:30 here. Can I blame you when I wake her up, or just call you in the morning? Probably call her in the morning. Checking on Mo over the weekend because of that extreme heat. Yep. Like how the in-game news article straight up mentions corporate actively seeking to divide people. It's a big part of it. Once more, an article from the Bothwood Observer shows up, February 1988. JG, a 66-year-old local, claims to be the illegitimate son and founder of Bothwood and the K-Cattle Empire, represented the famous tabloid raunchy letters that he claims were sent by Maynard to his mother. He asserts these letters after his mother died and has chosen to reveal them, believing it's time Rue Valley saw the true face of the K family. Walter K, Maynard's grandson, denounced the letters as forgeries, orchestrated by Apex or a malicious attempt to tarnish both the esteemed reputation of our family and my own honor. Intrigue Insider official site is the first result, with an archive of own articles. Local chefs' secrets exposed and celebrity love triangles. Who's cheating now? Top story. Is the dumper having an affair with Isabel Watson? I want to read more about that. I don't know that answered anything. The Rue Valley Historical Archive. There are many directories with rushed or provisional labels like a sort it later. There's a ton of things here. No search engine or index of files. You can only search exact terms. Reading scanned documents on a phone. I'll go blind. You just need the right term to search. How about HG? Nope. How about Mistress? A file named Mistress Today, Ruin Tomorrow article. Definitely not what I'm looking for, so let's read it. It's an opinion piece written under the pseudonym Concerned Citizen from 1984. Decline of morale and how families are falling apart due to adventures outside marriage. Recent arrival of Apex Ore and the rapid influx of Outlanders are considered the primary source of the corruption. Writer emphasizes that it resembles an epidemic of old and the authorities need to step in. There should be a legal punishment for spreading the corruption, particularly for companies. Comes across as an attack on Apex Ore disguised as an article about marriage issues rather than objective journalism. Why someone would write something this, let alone keep it in their archive, is anyone's guess. Who doesn't love good gossip? You love it too, but it is yet to find you, help you find what you seek. Scandal? The found files goes on. A lot of scandals for this small town. Scandal letters. K, bankruptcy scandal letters, 1 through 17. Oh, this could be interesting. I love that our guy is nosy. Like, we could just discover everything, even if it's not important. Letters are from 1966. Various residents of Rue Valley as a sign of support to the K family. How scandalous it is that the empire went bankrupt. They will pray for Philip and the family. Maynard is mentioned more than once. You get the impression that the undertext is something like, while he was alive, this never would have happened. If any of the letters have HG as a signature. All of them are handwritten and the signatures are barely readable. Scandal 1921. Okay. A newspaper article about a corruption scheme that reached the highest echelons of the Ministry of Wealth Preservation. Several capital projects were planned nationwide, and specific individuals were accused of taking bribes in exchange for certain companies to be employed as contractors. Bothwood is mentioned as one of the places where questionable investments were planned. The K family is not mentioned, though. I remember it ended in several resignations and almost brought down the government. It also led to several legislative changes to prevent similar affairs in the future. Be that as it may, this is a dead end. I don't know, type Maynard. A lot of results. Maynard JG. K financial reports. It's funny how the finance reports are corrupted. Maynard Mistress. That was worth trying. Maynard 1921. New Year's. Newspaper report covers a New Year's gala hosted by Maynard and his wife Lucretia, who I think we couldn't see. I think she was like charcoaled out. All the notable guests who attended, details the food and drinks served, and praises Lucretia's splendid appearance. Are any of them HG? Hidden in plain sight. Not this time, though. None of the named guests share those initials. Damn, man. Report concludes with Maynard's wish for everyone to achieve the same level of success as he has in the coming year. Maynard letters, correspondence, 5 through 13. Gotcha. You realize it's Maynard's correspondence with another cattle owner, Thomas Branson. He accuses Maynard of holding on to the best pastures for his cattle and mentions the ungentlemanly behavior towards fellow cattle owners. Maynard's response is mostly insults wrapped in nice words, with the offer to buy his cattle if he can't feed them properly. That's savage. Well, he did accomplish a lot. Rarely can you do that by being polite. 1921. There are many results. 1921 JG. This is a corrupted file. Partial scan of an official report from an Apex Ore mine disaster. The details are barely visible and the document is cut in half as if the machine stopped working during the scan. 1921 letters. Culinary delights letters. Legal recommendations. Try 1921 Maynard. Philip Caynard May photo. Black and white photo of a man dressed in riding clothes and the cowboy hat. He towers over the reclining cow and snaring the lasso's coils. A child matching his attire stands beside him and looks at him. Zoom in on the child's face. Considering the features, the year, the name of the file, this is probably Philip K., Walter's father. He looks at Maynard with a mixture of respect and fear, and there are hints of recent crying, like he doesn't want to be dressed like that. Or it's just your imagination inspired by an old photo. The man's face is based on your experience with the statue. He's probably Maynard K. His stern look and tight lips don't say much. Makes you wonder what other secrets he kept for himself. I am all out of ideas. Good grief. With all the information we've gathered, we might be able to identify the alleged mistress's grave in the Rue Valley cemetery. 8:25. We're not going to get back there right now. So I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna not talk to these two. Perhaps I'll play the piano. No, perhaps I will play this pinball machine. Until Anita goes to the roof. After staring for it for a brief moment, you're unsure. 2 joysticks, a battlefield of buttons, tiny metal toggles, sliders worn down to raw plastic. What is this thing, we ask Travis?
That? It's a game where you land different flying vehicles. Give it a shot. It's fun.
He's not lying. The same neon text pulses. Lander Simulator 3. Insert coin. Your introduction screen prompts you to choose a craft. A helicopter, a paraglider, or a space shuttle. Let's go with the space shuttle. Looks difficult, but hey, it's just a game, right? You familiarize yourself with the controls in the tutorial by piloting the experimental aircraft PHS-1, which contains features of all 3 crafts. Let's give it a quick spin. The strange sci-fi vessel fades in third-person view. You take the yoke the screen indicates with control indicators. Feels like you got the hang of it, maybe. Quit the tutorial and start the game. One hand grips one of the joysticks, rubbed smooth by years of failed attempts. Your other hovers over a minefield of buttons and levers. The countdown begins. 3, 2, 1, go. The screen morphs into a selected vehicle. The dizzying HUD flares to life. Altitude, wind, direction, inertia. The timer ticks ominously in the corner, merciless, unblinking. It's not just about the cleanest landing. You need to master the fastest descent if you want to score big. Full speed ahead, straight down. The machine screams. You don't. You're busy accelerating. That went about as well as expected. The screen flashes a grim report card, a long list of failures, critical, embarrassing, absolute. Then it shows the leaderboard. Positions 100 through 90. You're at 100. Barely made the cut. Add your name to the leaderboard. Oog. Everyone above you? Try. You can guess who. You're taking it seriously now. Practice discipline. You have no choice. You could also revisit the tutorial. Well, now, obviously, I want to just come out here and play this pinball machine until, the helicopter landing machine until we master it, so. Worst enemies are those that are backs, not in the front. This is sometimes very true.
Hey, I'm Travis, and you look like you could really use a drink.
Man, what is this? Why is that arcade game so damn hard?
That's because it's not your average arcade game. What you're looking at is a state-of-the-art landing simulator, built to replicate real-world flight descent conditions with surgical fidelity.
So it's just Kerbal Space Program. You don't exactly look like an astronaut. What's this thing doing in a bar?
It fits the vibe, don't you think? Super tech in a place themed around what that tech made possible. I'd say it belongs.
That's fair.
I give it a go sometimes. Not great at it, but I can get the paraglider down in one piece. Most days.
Want to bet I'll land it faster than you?
No need for a bet. I believe you. I never chase the clock. I just aim for a safe landing. The timer's for folks looking to etch their name in the high score table.
Well, now you're encouraging me to try
That's the
again.
spirit. Good luck.
So I can't talk to him about the stuff with Anita anymore. All right. Well, we'll just reset the loop. Try to break my own record. You've tasted simulated descents, now to return to the descent you can't control. Kerboom. Close our eyes. Look into the big fireball in the sky.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Do I have a question? No. To the graveyard again. To look at the mistress's grave. Only your character really reacts to the light. Some other people have. Like Riley, we watched the explosion with her. It sort of depends on like what's going on. So the mistress is not going to be over there, but probably will be one of these graves. If you thought the first black granite grave would be the one, you're sorely mistaken. Thought I might get lucky for once. The only luck you have is bad luck. Look where it got you. You're prowling this graveyard like an ancient necromancer looking for the next set of bones to raise. The gravestard holding this dead husk doesn't even have any of the parameters. HD, year of death, and the person is not female. Keep on looking, for at least console yourself with the fact you won't be here forever. What about this tiny little one? Nope. This corpse was buried in 1946 and it shows the grave is almost a ruin. After almost a whole century, this person has surely been forgotten about by everyone, the world included. But what if he deserves to be forgotten? You just keep flagellating yourself. The answers must lie somewhere deep in those self-inflicted wounds. You won't find them until they're deep enough. Perhaps he's strolling the meadows of eternal spring wrapped in a blanket of perpetual bliss, or he's screaming a never-ending agony in the storm vortex of tortured souls. Well, at least he's not here. This could be considered an afterlife of sorts, but hey, this place is what you make of it. The worst thing is this corpse would probably want to be here if he could wish for anything. Well, you would want to be anywhere but here. The irony of life or death. Another mistake and a double at that. This grave holds two people. To mom and dad for eternal sleep. When was the last time you went to the cemetery to visit your mom? I should do it more often. You said it yourself. Don't you understand what that refusal to visit probably means? You still haven't accepted her death? Now I'm becoming my own therapist. Who needs Dr. Fink? Alone or with the doctor, you'll have to face this as well as other worms that are eating you alive from the inside. There's no way forward without that. Let's smooth out the creases on the carpet of your psyche and keep looking for the right grave. This time, at least the year of death is correct. Everything else, not so much. All my worldly possessions I leave to myself. The last will must have caused some rapidly growing ulcers for lawyers and families. Speaking of which, what happened to writing that testament of yours? Don't you even care what happens to your property when you die? I've got pressing issues right now. I don't want to even consider writing a testament. There's always an excuse. There will always be something pressing, but that's not the crux of the matter. Possessions will waste away or be squandered. The real problem, if you drop dead this instant, there would be nothing for people to remember you by. You had such big dreams of creating worlds out of nothing, but then you wasted your life on nothing. Well, fudge. But you're not dead yet. And it's still not over if you ever escape from this time loop thingy. Maybe things will be different. You're still far away from that goal. This grave won't find itself. A lot of introspection here in this graveyard. This grave is all wrong. I'm in a time loop. Time is all I have. Keep searching graves in this and future loops until you find the right one. I had a lot more time left in that day. For the record, cool. Cool. Time loop montage. Good time loop montage. I like that we're starting to see more of this effect happening. Not even phased by the lightning most times. It's big graveyard if it takes several loops, yeah. Well, you gotta think, he's only got 47 minutes, and like probably 17 of those are taken, 20 of those are just taken getting to the graveyard. So he's really only got 27 minutes per loop. Here we are. One Hannah Gold is buried here. So the initials are correct, the gender is correct, the year of death is correct. Let's make sure it's the right grave. The parameters are there, it's the grave, even though there are no traces of red paint used to desecrate it. Kind of looks like there is. On the second look, you can see something after all. Whoever cleaned it used chemicals so strong that they wiped away the red but burned the words into the stone. There are faint, but you can see the suffix digger added after her last name, as well as the words apex hur below her name. Well, someone was very angry. Anger would have resulted in a shattered gravestone. It would burn out quicker than the time necessary to get a brush paint and write the words. This, it's more premeditated. Now we can find the letters in the Rue Valley Historical Archives easier. How you get money? Well, I don't need to stay here any longer. Maybe I could get to max gas in time. Probably not. I think it's 10 minutes to get to the gas station, so... Well, maybe. Stay there forever after. You stop having a choice about it. Oh, I don't even have to go inside. That's nice. We're going to have to charge Frank's phone again. Now you know what to look for. You can use your name to find the letters. Hannah Gold. You immediately end up in a directory called To Be Confirmed. It is a lot of subdirectories, probably documents waiting to be checked for authenticity. One of them is called Hannah Gold Letters. Scans inside the directory are named letter 1, 2, yada yada yada. Read all the letters with joy. All of them are written by Maynard K. for Hannah Gold. In essence, they are love letters with love scarcely mentioned. What dominates is his description of what he'll do to her between the sheets. By today's standards, it would be considered sexting. Sadly, none of the letters are her responses, so you don't know how she reacted to it. In one of the letters, you come upon an interesting passage. My longhorn kicks up dust thinking about ye and me tacking the back road yesterday. And all the time, my wife thought I was in my cabinet doing business. I told her I'll be spending Thursday night doing work again, so you better be ready for some rough corralling. Okay, I don't know if I need to know all of that, but on the bright side, it's now obvious how Walter leaves the house undetected. There must be a secret passage in the cabinet that leads outside. All that remains is to find it. Might as well play phone games until the loop ends. Taking the back road. Oh my. The old dusty trail. The mud path. What was written on the gravestone? Gold digger. And apex hooer.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Yeah, but I gotta go,
Mr.
buddy.
Harrow, please.
Spit it out already.
Into the car. Out to the ranch.
Come on, you thief.
Kick down the door. Try to find a cabinet. So I don't have to kick down the door and break my foot. Beep beep boo. Ba 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 ba. Soaked. What I don't understand is there's clearly a road to get here. How come we can't drive? Check behind the mirror. Before you exert any effort to move it, you feel cold air pass between your fingers. This is it. This is where it's all led to. The frantic inspection of the door manufacturer form, the never-ending rummaging through the paper archives, followed by endless digging into a digital one, and countless loops spent combing the graveyard. It all led to the simplest solution hidden in plain sight. Feels good, doesn't it? 3 inspiration gained. Discover the wall. Behind the wall. As the dusty mirror creaks out of the way, you see a small passage leading through the study. Brink's phone is dead. Ah, no surprise, it comes out here. Fast away inside the hidden broom closet in the shed. All right, well, let's keep looking around. Dinner, salad making time? Nice. Enjoy. I hope it's a tasty salad. I want to hear what it is. H-U-R-E. No, it was not spelled like that. It was spelled W-H-O-R-E. Heavy tomes dominate the shelf. Museum pieces from a bygone era. Most of the books don't have title, only spine leather leaves. Spine only leather. Whoever owned them must have known each one by heart. What's the oldest book? Everyone has a year on it. 1880. Guide of some sort. Explorers wrote to share their experiences. It's a long, long time ago. Probably even before the K's, let alone the masters of the apex ore or coral destiny. Predating the rest by decades, it holds only dust and bygone stories. No help to you. The largest tome is written in gold cursive letters, a brief history of the saddle and stirrup. Brief? You could kill someone with this thing. Fitting, perhaps, since you could also kill someone with saddles and stirrups. Drop either on their head from the right height, and that's it. You could spend the whole day here rummaging through the past. Better get back to something in the present. Yeah, I know. I just want to look at all the orange things. Plenty of thinner books, magazines, journals, publications, photo albums. Mostly magazines and publications from the 80s. Each one carries something about Walter Kay for children's movements, interviews, analysis, opinion pieces. Seems Walter dabbled in politics. Few articles are circled over and over. Words like lies and traitors scrawled in the margins. Walter didn't enjoy how the media portrayed him, or at least his movement. He's the type that blames everyone for his own failures. Simple, isn't it? Ignore reality and you're never at fault. Look at the albums. The photographs look 30 years at least, all from gatherings, rallies, meetings, a striking figure standing at the center of them all. Walter Kay, young, sharp, almost unrecognizable compared to the photo of the man you've seen. He looks happy here. He probably thought he was on the verge of winning. For the children, of course. All right, there's something else worth choking on in here. We did complete this intention, which will save me a few minutes. Not even that many. Stack of papers lies in disarray. Walter Kay, autobiography. Read it from start to finish. After the title page, all the sheets are empty, almost empty. Crude drawings cover them. A house, a ranch, cows, horses. One sketch looks like a hole or perhaps darkness swallowing everything, but not a single word of text. He was drawing his autobiography. He kept up with the times. Like the other shelves, this one is colorful. The hues are faded, dried by time, but they almost stand out of place. Look at the green ones. Cheesy romance novels. A damsel in distress, cowboy era, love in the time of cattle excrement. Of all the things you could notice, you chose the most irrelevant detail. Bravo. What is this hose? What kind of madman gathered all these papers? Madman or workaholic, it's a matter of perspective. Why would anyone need all these papers? Have you forgotten the age before computers and the internet? It was a long time ago. You are old. Thank you. Thank you for that reminder of our mortality. We've almost done everything in here outside of talking to Alex. There are 2 items in here we have not explored, and I have 2 minutes left. Old cowboy hat, an outrider no less, a relic for simpler or maybe rougher times. Take the hat. The rugged leather greets your fingertips, scarred by wind and sun. Beneath it rests a surprisingly soft lace strap, the kind of lace that would rather dance on a ballroom floor than the face of desert grit. It endured, shielding its owner from the elements day after day. It's no wonder someone saw fit to display it like a trophy, a reward of loyalty that outlasted reason. Pull a rabbit out of the hat. You picture the perfect flourish, the theatrical reveal. Now you only need the right words. Abracarabbit. Commands slip from your mouth like half-remembered magic syllables as your hand plunges into the hat's depths, searching. You pull the rabbit out, holding it gently, but your astonishment doubles when it produces a hat of its own, and with a flourish drags out a miniature you. It's a fleeting mental sleight of hand, a playful dance with your own imagination, but it shows how little it takes to spark real joy and how empowering that spark can truly be. That's cute. A relic from a bygone age, an ornate revolver in a frame of curling wood. The Iron Fang 45, Maynard Orville K. Okay. Knock, knock. And someone is probably headbanging to the rhythmical noise, most likely Alex K. Seems he and his sister have completely opposite tastes in music. Peep through the keyhole. Your eyes meet only whiteness. You catch a strawn shape, a hand with an erect middle finger. Open the door. Locked. Knock, nothing happens. If there's someone inside, they would never hear you knocking through all the loud music. Slam your hand on the door. The soft leather that covers the highly secured door muffles the sound, which becomes lost among the loud distortions of music. Your attempts are futile. Until the song is over, nobody will notice your presence. All right, well, let's wait for it to finish. And kaboom, the world explodes. You know, kind of the annoying part about this is with Frank's phone dead, I probably need it for this interaction.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Yeah, I'm still with you.
Mr. And we'll sure, but for now, that's good. All right, you should go.
I'll break you open if I have to.
We gotta charge that phone, man.
Give me my... Mm-hmm.
Should we just get the master key? Let's just get the master key. It's way quicker.
I understand, but... Spit it out already.
And way more useful. This is going to be a quick loop because I'm just going to recharge the phone this entire loop.
Let's see.
Okay. Go here. Unlock the door. Charge the phone. Put the suitcase away, and we're just gonna nap. So real. Can we just pass time until the phone is charged? How long will that take? How many loops is this? If you're not crazy, you would be now. Yeah, it's a great question, but I'm literally just gonna do this until the loop ends. Actually, I don't know why I stopped. Wait. Oh, I need to pick up the phone. Oh, well, it'll be there for me in the morning. How many loops is this? I mean, it's hard to say because we had a montage. I can save the game and it'll tell me though.
Still with me?
Yeah, I gotta go,
Mr.
bud.
Harrow, please.
I'll break you open if I have to.
Tup, 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 tup. I love how getting this guy to give me the key
Let's see.
is faster than going to the receptionist to get in. Like, that takes 0 time. It's almost half full. All right, whatever. It's better than nothing. I thought a full day of charging would do it, but half full is enough for what we need. To the K Ranch. Na 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 na. And now we can sneak in the side door instead of breaking our foot. Dun 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 dun. Still soaked. Doesn't buy us a lot of extra time. That's for darn sure. Oh, we have a couple things here. Have the knock on the door between songs. You would have thought when the lightning went off, when the lightning cracked, it would have done it. The song fizzles out, a lazy generic fade without cue or logic. Now's your chance. Start knocking before the song begins. The music stops and the next song doesn't start. Instead, you hear footsteps approaching the door.
What's the password for today?
Rue Valley, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only silence from the other side, followed by a jumble of clicking and unlocking sounds. Oh, he's got a gun. That's Alex K pointing the cannon at you, finger already on the trigger. If he fires, your skull will disintegrate into brain and bone jam. To preserve itself, your body acts without your volition. Your hands shoot up so fast your muscles burn from the effort.
What are you doing in my house? Who sent you?
Time to stop with the bullshit, Alex. I know you are 12344111225email.com. Tell me about the signal.
No, you're full of shit, pal.
He peers into your eyes and his arms shake a bit, the cannon posing as a gun rattles in his hand and lowers them a little bit.
Did you find out?
Your own sister betrayed you.
Well, shit. She must be sick of me. Again.
Frank's after something. Tell me what. You forgot who's got a gun here. And with that, the massive barrel is pointing at your chest again.
Tell you anything?
It's unnecessary, but he waves the gun at you for emphasis.
Fuck out of my house.
Ask him about the equipment. Yeah, demand something from the guy holding you at gunpoint. I need access to your equipment. Life or death situation. Help. Please, please.
Like a lunatic. Stay back.
The cannon in his hand twitches as he raises his voice, but it remains pointed in your general direction. I can fix it, please. It'll take only a minute.
What are you talking about? You show up at my door and claim you need my equipment? Why?
I need to listen to the messages from outer space. His hands start to tremble a little as he watches you with widened eyes. It seems as if he's
Is
scared.
it a message from us? Or is it otherworldly?
What's the right answer here? I feel like I think it's aliens.
Then the government is surely involved. Shit. We're fucked.
His eyes focus on you with a piercing look that it's odds with the trembling hand holding the gun.
Wait, are you? Nah, you don't look like you work for the government. So what's got you all fired up about this? Speak.
I want to learn the truth. He nods, seemingly calmer than before.
I see. So, you want to use my equipment to hear a message from space?
He seems to consider your words for a moment or two, considering what to do.
No, I don't believe you. It doesn't make any sense. And your face looks mighty suspicious.
That's fair. Well, that didn't work. It just made him angry. But you're in a time loop. You can always try to convince him in a different manner, or try a different approach.
Start fucking walking.
Whether the brain wants it or not, the body moves of its own volition.
Hey, cuz. Cuz. Yeah, it's Alex. Yeah. Listen. Listen. We had a little home invasion. Again.
Again?
No, not like last time. No. No, I'm not holding a gang of children in Corn Festival masks again. No, there's a motherfucker here, and I've got him under citizen's arrest. Yeah, I'll tell you when you come here. 20 minutes? All right. Yeah, of course. I have coffee.
Hey, I don't have to wait that long.
Shut the fuck up, pal. No, I'm not talking to you, cuz. The intruder's getting feisty. Okay. Bye-bye.
Age-old question, do I go make lunch and risk missing words, or do I stay for an unknown time and risk getting hangry? Well, we've already done words, so that might answer your question. He ends the call, grabs his hand cannon with both hands, never letting you out of the gun's sight.
Wait. And I don't want to hear a word out of you.
All right, let's wait for the end of the loop. Which is like 1 minute. Boom, whoosh.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Yeah, but I gotta go.
Mr. Harrow, please.
I'll break you open if I have to.
Alexander is a paranoid maniac with a gun, listening to music. This guy is a tough nut to crack, and you're not much of a nutcracker yourself, but maybe you can put your mind to it if you find enough strength to overcome him. He's really starting to annoy you. We have 1 electricity bolt here. Next time you see him, jump up, grab his gun, teach him a lesson. Who you think he is? You're not going to let him stand in your way. Not when the only answer to this loop hides behind catching the signal. That's the plan? Attack him? I mean, why not, I guess. Go on, shoot. Either I start another loop or my suffering ends. Right? I feel like that's the answer. How often do we think about good and bad? What's good? What's said to be good? What is good? How has good evolved over time? Kind of a plan. I mean, here's the thing. We learned that if we're severely injured, the loop is fine. But if our brains get blown out, I don't know if we reset. We haven't done like full annihilation. You know, Maxine mentioned the password, but she said it was like really complicated.
Pops, what's the password for today?
The password is Spurs. In a moment or two, he'll unlock the door and stare down you with the barrel of that hand cannon.
Hands up!
Fear doesn't rule over you with the cold hand of paralysis this time, but the threat is still there. I'm afraid there's been a mistake.
Hands fucking up, I said.
He waves his gun around you while imagining a bulb piercing your skull, a brief moment of unbearable pain, and a splatter all over the floor behind you. You raise your
Who the
hands.
fuck are you? What are you doing in my house? Who sent you?
I mean, I have other questions for him. You ever hear of Jason Burns? The cannon in his hand
Are you screwing
wavers.
with me? You ain't no dumper. Burns is an old shithead with an even shittier reputation. And sure, you look like a shithead, I'll give you that, but you ain't him. Plus, no way you were a part of Apex Or's operation. You're probably still potty training when they packed up and left these parts.
Even shittier reputation. He cuts you off, voice
I'm the
rising.
one asking the questions, and you're gonna spill it all, everything. Not just sit there with your lips zipped like them big corporates do.
Well, I'd love to answer you, but I'm not even sure what the question is anymore.
Typical corporate boys. Ask them a straight question, and they either clam up and deny everything, or just play opossum, like clockwork. And even when you bastards do talk, who in their right mind would believe a single word? When does a corporation ever tell the truth? Never! But I know the truth. The truth behind every goddamn disaster the likes of you caused. I figured it all out. First, the 1994 Apex Ore Mines
Perfect.
accident. Official explanation, gas explosion. Bullshit. It was mismanagement and cost-cutting. A fucking cover-up.
Who are you and how did you get in here? I'm a locksmith, then I'm a locksmith.
Then, in 2007, the train derails, burns half the town to the ground. Official story, driver's fault. Sure, blame it on the poor dead guy and walk away clean. And finally, in 2010, the water turns black, and what do? They blame Jason Burns. It's a pattern.
So he still comes around after all these years, even with that stink on his name. Weird as hell, ain't it? The question pulls him out of his rant, derailing his momentum.
No questions or sub-questions allowed. Now, who the fuck are you really?
I'm here because of Walter?
My brain fogged pop sent you? This better be good.
None of these are going to work. He's preparing his last will and testament. I'm doing an assessment of the property's value.
Ha! I doubt that paper will hold up in any court of justice, but wait. How the fuck did you get into the house?
Walter gave me the key.
You fucking liar. Walter doesn't have a key. I'm gonna call Cousin Coach. Oh, yeah. Now, start fucking...
This time you regain control over the actions of your body. Isn't it wondrous what a human mind can get accustomed to and share repetition? I get to decide if I'm going to let him blow my brains out or not. Wondrous indeed. Yeah, ain't freedom great? I feel like subduing him is just going to be a disaster.
Hey, listen. No, there's a motherfucker 20 minutes? All right.
How about you just let me go instead?
Shut the fuck up. No, I'm not talking. Now we wait.
Or maybe we just subdue him right away. Though I'm pretty sure that just ends up with me getting shot. I do feel like the answer is actually probably going to talk to Maxine.
Mr. Harrell,
And getting the
please.
password from her. But I think until I at least try and get shot, it's not going to let me do that. See if you can find the paper you wrote about the good and evil for philosophy class. Ooh. Nothing like some good and evil arguments. They've come up a few times over the years on stream. People trying to argue what is good and what is evil. Generally, it comes down to their political beliefs, I've found. And also just like how much rabble-rousing they're trying to cause. Up we go! Died once already, came back ship shy, so get shot? Might as well, right?
Pops, what's the password for today?
Well, that's not Pops.
Hands up!
No need for all that.
Hands fucking... Who the fuck are you? What are you doing in my house? Who sent you?
Oh, I could say I'm Jace. His eyes widen.
You're Jace?
The gun stays pointed in your direction, his eyes scanning you from head to toe.
Jace, just because you're banging my sister doesn't mean you can strut around like you own the place.
Ding, ding, ding. Figured it out. Oh my. He smirks.
You're definitely not what I pictured. Thought you'd be more, I don't know, savage.
Savage?
What else was I supposed to think? She moaned your name so loud, I thought you were gonna bust through the line. I'm glad she didn't put you on speaker. Ought to make you compensate me for having to hear all that. Like some twisted hotline with my sister as the main act.
Will a simple apology do?
No apology's gonna erase those sounds from my head, you wimp.
How come we never met before?
She must have hid you 'cause you're an outsider. Never thought Max would shack up with someone of your kind. Looks like she's content with her gas station. Simple life, simple pleasures, including you. Listen, you scared the shit out of me. All for nothing, I see.
His attitude radiates a single unmistakable message. You look like shite.
Now get the fuck out. I'm busy. Go wait somewhere else. Her room, a ditch, I don't care. Just don't bother me.
Door slams in your face. So Jason and Maxine are lovers. That's really all there is to it. Door is locked and knocking is futile against the blaring music. Well, I'll try this again.
Pops, what's the password for...
Just open up. Oh, we're doing this again. That's very funny. Boom. Before you get a chance to react, you're interrupted by the familiar sound, followed by streaks of red light tearing through the small openings in the otherwise very secure house. If you really want to have interaction with this guy, you got to come here before. Okay.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow? Mr. Harrow, please.
So, I mean, we didn't get shot, but I feel like we learned some stuff. Jason and Maxine are lovers. Not sure that's getting me any information, but... maybe I can, like, blackmail her or something.
Let's see.
I have some theories. Theory number 1. You know what's interesting? I get that Frank's phone stays, but if I drop off Frank's phone, technically the charger stays as well. I'm going to the gas station. I know this might be a waste of a day, but I gotta try it. Mr. Agent, one of the good people. Maybe we can blackmail her. It's complicated. We're trying to solve mysteries. What's a little blackmail on a mystery solve, you know?
Alex, fucking finally. I thought you'd never pick up. You must be the last person on this earth to still use a landline.
Ooh, we've never seen this combo.
No, cell phones are a security risk. Listen, can you check on Dad, please? Just to make sure he's okay. I called him, but he doesn't answer. Yeah, I know, but...
Her jaw tightens while she listens.
Well, I'm sorry that our father's well-being is such a pebble in a boot of your precious work.
Before she answers again, you can already see she's going to start yelling.
I have a job. I do real work that pays bills and food for you and Walter while you're playing spy in your little bunker.
She shakes her head in frustration and continues in a calmer
Come on,
tone.
just check on him, please. He's your father, too. Right. Thanks, Alex. Call me later. Yeah, bye-bye. Welcome to Max Gas. You need some help getting gas in that...
God damn it. Utter bust. I'm gonna try something else then. Which is to pick up that notebook again. Anything else in this car? No. Seeing as I can't get to the ranch, I can still get to Anita. So we'll head to the Kuiper Belt. Either I could give her the notebook, or I could give Travis the notebook. Are we the bad guys? Hard to say yet. We're definitely being a little dodgy at times. I think we have good intentions. Let's put it that way. Can I go in here? No. Can't go back there. I guess let's just sit. Okay, let's not sit. I guess let's play this game to kill time till Anita goes to the roof. And the dumper comes rushing in.
Hey, I'm Travis.
All right, you have nothing for me. What do you? Lady with a big hat stares off into the distance. Under the veil, the silver in her hair shines in the cold air. She stares at nothing with a 1,000-yard stare while the token absentmindedly spits in her hand. Nice view.
The bar is downstairs.
Her voice is razor sharp and cold. She doesn't want you here. But I don't care if she wants me here. I have her notebook. Dead end. Travis? Stool? All right, let's just read this book. After the obligatory special thanks, author, editor, and publisher notes, you reach the page where the story begins. Tonight, the fumes of dirt cider smelled worse than ever. Lillian lost track of how many weeks she'd been forced to spend here among the downtrodden, the deranged, and discarded. If one wanted to disappear from the face of earth and the long arm of the law, there was no better place. Unfortunately, she was almost penniless, and by now almost friendless. Even in her exile, Lillian determined to discover who the real killer is and who framed her. To do that, she would have to cash in all the favors people on the force still owed her. A strong start, murder, framing, self-exile, a rogue investigation. Better snuggle down and dig in. I feel like there's probably some sort of achievement for reading all 3 books. As the half-decently written words carry you through the story, your internal clock nudges you back to reality. That's enough for now. Or, like, something if you collect all 3 books in one run. Which is like, there's one here. There's one in the Kuiper Belt. There's one in the bathroom of the therapist's office.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
And the other one is in Frank's room? In Maxine's room.
Mr. Harrow, please.
Give me my coffee, you
Oh,
jerk.
shoot. I can't just leave if I want to do that. All right, well, let's go to the K ranch and try to disarm him. Let's go get shot. Alien possesses the guy's body while stuck in a loop with memory loss, thinking he's human. Are we the aliens? Ooh. If all we did was abide by rules until our graves, we'd have nothing good to talk about. I mean, who sets the rules anyway, right? That's part of the question. What rules are we really breaking? I mean, I feel like our guy is impatient and arrogant, so if anyone can grab a gun, it's probably going to be us in that situation. Must be a Reddit forum where this is better suited.
Pops?
Paps,
What's the password for...
open up.
Hands up!
Raise your
What the fuck are
hands.
you? What are you doing in my house? Who sent you?
Try to disarm him. He's too far away, though. You'll have to get closer. Talk to him slowly while taking a step forward like they do in the movies. Too extroverted to do that? Come on, buddy. There's no need for this. Just put the gun down, okay? He's not buying your stuff, but don't stop talking. Never stop talking. We're on the same side here. Let's talk this through.
Stop talking and back off!
Okay, this didn't work as expected. What now? Approach him and disarm him somehow. Too impulsive. I always feel like I've got the wrong thing, no matter what the decisional aspect it is. Jump at him with all your weight behind you. Hey, that worked. Both of you fall down, wrestling for control of the gun.
Let go!
Now, obvious fact that neither of you has any combat training to rely upon doesn't mean much, as he quickly realizes that despite his appearance, this man is all sinewy muscles. Headbutt him. Oh! Deafening bang shatters the ear. Something erupts in your guts, searing and immediate.
Shit. Shit, shit, shit.
Hot, hot blood begins soaking your shirt. The world narrows down the urgent thump of your heart. You are now severely bleeding.
I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry. It was an accident.
His voice is cracking with panic. No, no. I am sorry.
Stay with me, man. We need to get you help. Don't you dare pass out. I'll try to stop the bleeding somehow.
Ah, just let me die in peace.
No, you won't die, pal. You can't die.
Your nerves scream and burn as the half of your stomach has been mauled open. The only thing preventing your guts from spilling out is your clothes. But somehow you don't really feel the pain. Your body's calculus of survival seems to have spared you the full horror for now, leaving only shock and the dread of what comes next.
I'll call an ambulance. Yes. Wait here. I mean, of course.
Of course, Lauren, how you doing? He's gone.
Hey, Cody. Listen, cousin, I fucked up.
Like, get up.
No, man. Not that fuck up. Just listen to me. I shot a man. I think he's dying.
Status gain excruciating. Agonizing pain is all you can feel. Just make it stop. As Alex spits out the D word, a conflagration of pain finally engulfs your whole being. Time to face the truth. You are dying. Mother, let the tears flow. I love how I'm always learning that crying is not the option, but it's never stopping me. She can't help you now. No one can. Like a churning ocean, the pain floods every strand of your nerves and overwhelms you. It's getting harder to breathe, to think. It's getting harder to just be.
I don't know. No, please, cuz. Shut the fuck up now, come. And bring Vet Jones.
Bring the vet. All right, Alex is still here, presenting his futile efforts to save you, to pull you from this pit. Rising on the unrelenting waves of pain, your sense of being begins to drift, pulling away from your body. I mean, I feel like if I die, it's going to be bad. Let's force ourselves back down into the body. Try and will yourself downwards with all your might. Your body spat you out and there's no coming back, ever. Let Alex go away. Let it all go away. There's little else left. Focus on the pain of passing. Focus on the dying. It shouldn't be long now. One more minute. The waves of pain have stopped beating against your carcass. Status lost. Excruciating. The last vestiges of strength and consciousness seep away with the tides of your life's blood. Curious, no light at the end of the tunnel for you. I have wasted my whole life, haven't I? Hush now, let it go. It doesn't matter now. Nothing matters now. Into the void. Nothing like a little, you know, a little near-death experience.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Oh, am I? The words you hear are fuzzy, like sound through a pane of warped glass, and your eyelids are firmly shut, but one fact cuts through everything. You're alive somehow. The feeling of the all-too-familiar couch beneath you grounds you, every spring and seam as uncomfortable as ever. I'm not dead. I'm breathing. I'm thinking. I'm alive. Alive! You are. How alive you are is another question.
Can you hear me?
Open your eyes. For once, Dr. Fink's face gives you something like relief, the bushy eyebrows and tired concern in his eyes. It's not just him, though. The room's familiarity steadies you. The couch, the clock, the box of tissues on the table, everything in its right place. But there's a wrongness creeping in, a feeling rising slowly, like faster than a forest fire boosted by a rising wind.
Are you all right? What happened? You sort of phased out.
Blocked by guilt-ridden. Sorry, I'm here. Sorry, Dr. Fink. Your reply sounds normal, calm, but something inside you is spreading like an avalanche in full swing. The driving wheel of your awareness is being yanked away from you. You slide into the backseat of yourself, a passenger watching the show. His face is so close you can smell sweat and copper. Fingers slip on metal.
Let it go!
It plays like a rerun you're a part of, and you can't press pause or stop, completely aware of what's coming next. The almost deafening bang, the rupture in the blood, the mind-numbing, soul-crushing pain. Stop it, stop it. You're safe, it's gone, mostly. The discomfort, almost pain, remains lingering like an echo. Ooh. Ooh, +2 introverted.
Mr. Harrow, what's happening? Stop doing what?
I'm no longer nosy. I just remembered a rather painful experience.
I'm sorry to hear that. Sometimes talking about the past stirs up things you thought forgotten, even repressed.
Saved by the boom, big time. Whatever it was, you're safe now, far from the source of your hurt, and you're in the best place to process it. Safe, maybe, but the discomfort lingers at the edge of your mind, like a silhouette by the roadside at night. Still hurts, Dr. Fink, it still hurts.
I understand. Sometimes sensations outlast the memory itself. Pain can linger some time after the recollection has faded. It will pass, slowly but surely.
He studies you carefully, weighing your words against your expression, and scribbles something in the notebook before focusing back on you.
With that in mind, I feel obligated to show you some techniques that should help if this happens again. First things first, always ground yourself. Both feet on the floor. Breathe deeply. Then, focus on what you can see, hear, smell, touch, even taste. Strong memories can overwhelm us, drag us back into the past. The way out is to anchor yourself in the here and now, to shift focus at the present.
God, this guy's voice is so buttery smooth.
Let's try it. Focus on your surroundings. What do you see? How does it smell? What can you feel under your fingers? Any particular sounds?
I see this room, a familiar sight.
Glad it feels familiar, even after one session. That tells me you feel safe here, and that's vital. Focus on touch now. Put your hands on your knees and tap them alternately. Left, right, left, right. Slow and even.
I'm going to follow his exact instructions. You tap each knee in turn, settling into the rhythm. You're not sure what you're supposed to feel or even if it's working, but for now you trust him. Generally, I think I've kind of decided that, like, I like this guy.
It should be a little easier now. How do you feel?
Bit better.
I'm glad to hear that. You can always use this exercise when you feel overwhelmed. It should help. In any case, we'll return to this memory during our next session. All right then. Now.
Okay. Time loop is absolutely hypnosis, right? What? Why are we in bed? Just your thoughts, your questions, that lingering feeling that won't abate. I guess we're not allowed to do anything today. Needed those introverted points. I know, right? I can't stop poking my nose in people's business because I'm too extroverted. Therapist reminds me of the therapist on House. Start with the obvious. You're alive. Not entirely okay, but moving and breathing. The lack of okay might have something to do with it. Being shot? Whatever the cause, it's a disturbing experience as a whole. It still is, but it's over. It happened, and now it's gone. You're in your room, a safe place. All you need to do now is cool down, breathe, and let it pass. We were too impulsive to just drive south. That's when we had the car crash. It's not working. Probably because of the thought that keeps pushing to the left of your mind, elbowing left and right, front of your mind. I need to get in Alex's room and use his equipment. That's when it went wrong the last time. Let's start from the beginning. It began with me walking straight up to him. You're confident, so confident it made him feel threatened. That was your first mistake. You need a new tactic, so you threw yourself at him your full weight, hoping your mass would do the work. Another mistake. Strength without focus is nothing, a wasted effort. You both ended up on the floor, rolling and clawing over the weapon. Two cavemen fighting around a sharpened stick. No ground gained, only breath and panic and metal between you. I headbutted him to get an advantage. Yes, and it backfired, stunned him and you, and he was much stronger than you anticipated. All in all, you gradually lost control of the situation. If there's one takeaway, it's this: never lose control. The loss of control made him stop. Think he's in control, but in fact he wasn't, and stop. Your voice echoes throughout the empty room. Silence follows it, the only answer to your plea. The moment is too much. You don't want to face it. Hell, you don't want to relive it ever again, in your head or otherwise. But still, you need that equipment. I could try talking with him again. It didn't work the first time or the second. It won't work no matter how hard you push. Could I look for the equipment elsewhere? Dr. Fink? Let's get real. He's the only one. What? That doesn't make sense. I could cobble together my own version of his gear. You're missing tools, materials, a manual. Even the loop has limits, and those are impossible to bypass. Then I am out of ideas. What if you could find a gun, and as soon as he opened his doors... No way. No way. I already regret it. Then screw it. Screw Alex for blocking the gear. Screw his gun. Screw the loop reset. Then again, if you aim well and minimize the suffering, make it easier on your conscience, one bullet could end it all in a moment. No risk at all. Can't believe I'm even considering this. It's just an idea. One that led to another, a mental experiment, nothing more. But you should totally explore other avenues. Look for a better solution. Who knows? Maybe there's another way. Yeah, there's another way. Get the password off of Maxine somehow. Dude, I don't know that I'm ready to shoot him, but I'm also not sure I have any other options here. Need to find yourself a firearm. Ask around, bother people, search the internet. Who's gonna have a gun? You're not home. So I can't get into Frank's room. There's no Wi-Fi here. Let's get a coffee. Let's also get some water. I thought that gave me a perk. Maybe Maxine has a gun. Should be fun. Popcorn's out for a character getting PTSD. Yeah, I don't really feel like shooting him is going to be a good idea. Honestly. But I'm also not seeing a lot of options here.
Hey, do you sell those little croissants?
Yeah.
No.
Ah, 980.
Here. Yeah, well,
I just hope. Wait, I just have to see it once more.
Blah, 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 blah. Crackathum. Oh, we could ask Ben, see if he's got a gun. All right, we'll do that in a second. Let's talk to Max first.
Welcome to Max. You need some help getting gas in that city car?
You armed by any chance?
Don't be silly. Of course I am.
She passed the left side of her jacket with a movement strangely similar to caressing a pet. Looks like one of these places where everyone is armed. And
Yeah? I see a city folk have forgotten who you are and where you come from. The law and tradition dictate that every citizen should bear arms. And
We
folks
know where
around
there's
here
a
follow
gun.
Both.
there's literally a gun next door to Alex in her father's bedroom. Damn right.
Freedom-loving people always lived here. Sure,
Freedom, America. Show me your gun. She frowns, eyes darting across you. The quick probe ends with a derisive sneer. In a blink of an eye, she reaches into her jacket and draws a hand cannon, polished chrome, blinded in the neon light. The weapon is identical to Alex's. The stomach burns, the memory of pain fogging your mind.
Thunderbolt 44. Lethal at 100 yards if you're proficient, 50 if you're novice, and if you're green, 0.
You look like someone who can kill at 300 yards. There's a faint glimmer of a smile on her lips.
Not with this weapon.
With a quick move, her gun disappears under her jacket like it's not even there, but in a pocket dimension. She casts another look at you, but this time her brows remain
Why do you
furrowed.
want to see if I'm armed?
To rob this place? I need to get a weapon, and I wanted to see what your preference is.
That's clever, especially coming from a city dweller. For you, I recommend a pennyweight 5mm. You might just be able to handle a recoil. And listen, pal, I seen you looking at my weapon. Don't you try no funny business here. I don't want to clean your skull and brains from this place.
She's not exaggerating. There's no way in hell you'll ever be able to lay a hand on her gun.
Is there anything else, or should I throw you outside?
You can throw me outside. Let's see if Ben has a gun. Ben, do you own a firearm?
Yeah, man, just let me go.
The phone line is stable and you can hear Ben clearly, yet he sounds distant, like he's speaking from the other side of a wall of
Can't
dreams.
think about it. My brain hurts when I think about thinking about it.
Super important to tell me where your firearm is. Words don't reach him. You think you hear Ben haphazardly humming over the loud music, yet you can't be sure. You'll have to break him out of his stupor somehow, a verbal kick in the balls. Benjamin Fleming, police here, security check. Where is your weapon?
Oh, shit, fuck.
Noise overlaps with the music from the other side, like his phone fell down, then the music stops.
So sorry, Mr. Police Officer. I got a bit lost.
He's definitely more present, but still sounds distant, like he emerged from a great depth, his throat raspy from all the water he coughed out.
The safe, officer. I mean, it's in the safe. It's all according to the new law.
Even across the ethereal distance on the phone line and without visual cues, you feel panic swelling in Ben's chest. It is so strong.
The new regulations. They did everything. I did everything. No one touched the gun but me. It hasn't even been passed. The law is not active. But I assure you, it's all according to the new regulations. No worries.
Which regulations have you complied with exactly?
All of them. The new ones.
What the hell was that? I have to go now, officer. A serious panic attack is coming right up. The line is dead, and somehow you feel calling him next loop wouldn't achieve much. The hopes of learning the whereabouts of Ben's gun are bleeding out on the proverbial floor, quickly dying. It's probably in the lost and found room. Everything's in there. Have you seen that mess fortress? Who's going to explore all of that? The very thought of looking for a firearm all over again makes you feel tired, let alone doing the deed. He did insist it was all in accordance with the new regulations, though, over and over. Maybe call the real police? Might shine some light on where Ben stored his weapon. All right. I'll just keep doing this in front of Maxine. Deputy Sheriff is caught in a downward spiral of boredom. Recently got a weapon and started wondering about storage regulations.
Oh, man. Do we really need to do this right now?
Even through the ethereal connection, you can feel the deputy's yawn.
Well, sure. I got time to kill. It's one tough question, let me tell you. To know if you're thinking about old or new regulations.
Is there any difference between the two?
Sure there is. The new regs are kicking the balls, let me tell you. And the old
All this right in front of her, right?
We're a running joke since no one respected them. So, it's always clear why old Bill Thatcher, the then mayor, pushed so hard for that law.
Interesting.
There was enough military-grade caliber weapons around here to arm a whole battalion. Together with sporting artillery, mind you. Law from 85 made all of that illegal. Old Thatcher had no other way to disarm the Walter Group.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have to be dead dumb not to understand why old Bill wanted those guns gone.
The Walter Group?
That's local folklore. No wonder you don't know about them.
I actually know all about them.
They were a militia organization from the start of the 80s.
Here we go again.
Other than my grandpa, Milton Canis, and gathered around the ideas of Walter K. to nationalize the gold discovered by Apex Ore and distribute it to its rightful owners, us, the people. Of course, people liked that idea, liked it very much, but Apex Ore didn't. There were a bunch of tensions, so the Walter Group, well, armed themselves. That's why I'm sure the law from 85 was meant only and exclusively to disarm the Walter Group. Even then, legislature worked for the rich, corporate vultures. So, Cousin Walt and Grandpops faced a decision. Surrender the arsenal, or be declared a terrorist organization.
So they decided to
choice,
back out of the fight. Pussies.
Easy for you to say. Old Thatcher would have radioed in the army, and the group would have been staring at tank barrels and running away from strategic bombers.
I'm just trying to rile him up, because at least he'll be awake then.
That meant the end of Walter Group, of course, but Cousin Walter wasn't so easily stopped. Straight after the law came into force, he founded a political movement for our children.
All right, just tell me where the guns are.
Didn't join, though. He was a man of action. Not much for speeches, vote gathering and the like. And imagine, literally a day after Grandpops left the group, Thatcher offered him a job as a chief's assistant with the Bothwood Police.
Seems to me the mayor was trying to bribe your grandfather.
How about that? Grandpops was no turncoat, but a natural-born lawman. Anywho, after the 3-month grace period expired in June of 85, Thatcher ordered Grandpops to search the houses of former Walter Group militiamen. See, the old bastard didn't believe all guns were surrendered. Grandpops tried telling him that Walter surely didn't have no more weapons, that he's a law-fearing citizen, but the old bastard didn't want to hear any of it. And an order is an order. Of course, found Dick squat. Cousin Walter got so angry with Grandpops, called him a traitor, a bastard, all kind of nasty stuff. They never ever talked again. Walter didn't even come to Grandpop's funeral. Politics, pal. Cut you off from your own kin.
Well, that was an unexpected but enlightening conversation. Since the fate of Walter's group's vast stockpile of weaponry remains a mystery, it might prove worthwhile to dig deeper and learn more about them. Let's bother random people until somebody spills all the beans about Walter's group. Or we could ask Walter. I'd have to find him first. Steve's daughter doesn't even know where he is. Let's finish this conversation. You hear the sound of the Deputy Cody munching something, but he didn't even tell you what you wanted to know. What does this have to do with weapon regulation?
Did you listen to a thing I said, pal? New regulations are based on the law of 85. If it weren't for the old, there wouldn't be the new. As for proper storage, well, the old regs weren't adhered to at all. And the new, listen, if you want to follow them to the letter, it's like this.
Thank you.
You need to have a special 14-gauge steel safe that's been approved by the ministry. Ammunition could be in the same safe, but it must be in a separate 10-gauge steel box in its original packaging. And the safe itself must be sealed by the sheriff. and only unlocked by a fingerprint of the weapon's owner.
Wow. So these new regs won't be followed by anyone?
Well, no, that remains to be seen. Government did prescribe pretty hefty sums of money for owners who don't follow the regs, though.
So the fact that Ben has weapons means not. It's out of your hands. There's no chance in hell he'll let you stumble upon his finger, let alone a fingertip.
And the worst thing, pal? Sheriff already scheduled visits to all registered weapon owners. Lucky us, and thanks to the 85 law, there is a list of owners. Otherwise, we would have to go house to house. Still, shit ton of work.
Register of weapon owners. After wading through garbage, you finally found gold. Wait for the next loop, call the board deputy using one of your cheesy alter egos, and you'll have a list of every gun owner in Rue Valley in no time. Again, Walter clearly has a gun. But I do wonder whether or not it has bullets, or if it even works.
So?
If I go this way, do I still have the option to drive? This road goes back to the motel. Okay. If I do it like that, do I walk? No. Yes! Well, you know what? Sometimes it's good to just to walk and clear your head. Talked until the next loop, and even in the next loop, breaking the world. I mean, world's pretty broken here. Beep boop, beep boop.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Not like I have a choice.
Mr. Harrow, but for now, that's good. However, since this is your first session, I'll allow a few questions, if there's anything.
This might sound odd, but do you have a gun? His bushy eyebrows freeze mid-ear. The rest of him locks up as well.
A million reasons you might ask me that question. None of them good.
Just wondering if you're prepared. This area could be dangerous.
Dangerous? I strongly disagree. It's one of the most peaceful places I've ever lived. I'm still not clear on your intent. Are you planning something problematic?
I might need to shoot somebody. His eyes puncture yours. 2 neat needles or bullets hunting for soft spots. Nothing with permanent side effects. Mr. Harrow, your situation is such that we must take your actions. Don't veer into anything that might look concerning.
Brings us neatly to the next topic. The incident that brought you here in the first place. The sooner we start talking about it, the better.
Whatever.
Mr. Harrow, mental health isn't a side activity. Progress needs commitment, and we'll hardly make any without any effort on your side. Now, whatever the reason you asked for a gun, can I have your word you'll do nothing irreversible before we meet again?
Yes. He nods, satisfied, jotting another line in his notebook. Genuine approval or professional theater. It's hard to tell. You're none the wiser about whether or not he owns a gun. He's a master at reflecting every question back at you and turning it into an examination of your own mind. He glances at the clock.
You should go.
All right. So.
Spit it out already.
Let's try to get a list of all the weapon owners. Can I get a list of all the weapon owners here? No.
Just a month or two ago, the government passed a new set of regulations on gun ownership. We're drowning here in bureaucracy.
This is on the fine line of therapeutic thinking and scenario making.
Hold on just a moment. Who the hell are you?
UB Pursuer, Ministry of Citizen Protection, General Inspector with the Chamber of Armaments.
Good day, sir. Good day. My apologies, sir. Better safe than sorry, you know. You know what? The list is longer than my arm. You better ask about a particular person, and I'll do the checkup.
Who might own a gun? Who might own a gun that we have access to their room? Jason Burns?
The dumper? That man should be armed. But is he? Dunno. Not a Bothwood citizen. Out of my jurisdiction. Now, is there anyone else?
We need a fingerprint, though. Walter K. Register weapon into Iron Fang 45. How come he's allowed to register such an ancient firearm?
Well, the new law will make that a bit more difficult. But if you don't mind additional paperwork, and if you can prove the firearm is operational, there's no limit to the allowed age. For the weapon or the owner, mind you. Got more?
So it is operational.
I get it.
Does Alexander K have a gun?
Here we go.
Pain swells deep in your stomach.
A mighty gun, that one.
Like a miniature comet has shot through your gut, ripping it apart.
Got to admit, I'm always worried Cousin Alex won't shoot somebody accidentally. He's a poor shot, you know, and that firearm of his can kill anyone dead. The way we're going, you're going to ask me about the whole valley.
I am going to actually ask you about the whole valley. Does Travis? Last name, does Anita Lopez?
Well, let's see. It says right here she was the owner of a firearm from 2023. Inheritance from her mother, apparently. Until April 2027, when she surrendered the weapon. The sheriff left a note. Firearm surrendered alongside a single bullet.
Oh.
Can we wrap this up slowly? I got work to do.
Wouldn't be bothering you if it wasn't important, officer.
Sheriff. Deputy Sheriff. But go ahead and ask.
Gideon K. Maxine K. we know has one. Does Gideon think?
If I was dealing with lunatics every day, I sure would get at least a shotgun or two. But from what I see here, nah, not in the register. A lot of names. Gotta say, Mr. Pursuer, sir, this sounds a lot like some kind of unscheduled inspection. But Bothwood Sheriff's Department is right at your service.
Does Benjamin have one?
For this, I don't even have to look at the bloody list. Ben's armed, of course. Men in his position should be. Otherwise, he would be a sitting duck. If you know what I mean. He's got a nice little sleek Thunderwood 38. It's right into a pocket. Oh, hell. There's even more, right?
Why would he be a sitting duck? Does Robin have one then?
Well, let me check. This whole documentation is...
might as well ask about everybody at this point.
Nope. Robin doesn't have a gun registered to her, though she's at an age where she could own a weapon. But I would say at an age where she should have a piece. Shouldn't have got myself into this mess.
Does Riley have one?
Hold on now. Need to enter that into search. Yep, right here. Owns a weapon, double registration to Coral Destiny and her. Model is Cybershot 9000, as far as I can see.
Software is getting to be a bit buggy. Same as Alex, a Thunderbolt 44. Walter got it for both of them as soon as they came of age. Maxine shoots far better than Alex. He wouldn't be able to hit fish in a barrel.
I got time for a couple more, and after that, I have some real police work to do.
That's it. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Come on, you thief. I'll break you open if I have to.
Maybe I can help.
Sure.
If I give you a coffee, will you give me your gun? Do you by any chance have a gun? For a second, she's frozen as if you hit the pause button. Suddenly, she starts patting down her jacket, her pants, fingers darting into every pocket with rising urgency.
No. I must have left it in the locker when I was packing up my stuff at Coral Destiny. Damn.
The shades hide her eyes, leaving you to fill in the jokes. Fill in the blanks? Is that a joke or a serious answer?
Is something wrong with you? Who the hell asks a stranger if they're armed?
Relax, I'm not asking you to be complicit in a crime. I'm just being curious.
Listen, just drop it, okay?
Even though you know she owns a gun, it seems like you won't get her to talk about it. So, Maxine owns a gun. Walter owns a gun, even though it's antique. Walter Group has a stockpile, but unless we know where it is, we're not sure. Anita had a gun to kill herself with, but she decided not to do it. Riley owns a Cybershot 9000 weapon, whatever that is, registered to her in Coral Destiny. Not a safe back here that we can see, is there? No.
No, I don't need to unplug the modem. Of course I've rebooted it. 12 times or...
We know Ben has a gun, but... You know, we're not anywhere near Ben. $807. Where the hell am I going? I guess the ranch, but at 807, I don't think... I might be able to get a clue from Walter's room. I probably can't talk to Alex, though. Should have asked him if he had a gun. $844. Yeah, okay, we got a minute. As the manor looms in the distance, the uncomfortable feeling starts to pulse stronger, sharper, visceral. The memory of being shot, the pain and desperately keep shoving away, pushes through your defenses, threatening to overwhelm you. You focus on the house to avoid the thoughts and feelings, but it only gets worse. The building itself seems to mirror your mental state, making it look repulsive and terrifying. No way I'm going back. Come on, you won't be wrestling with Alex this time. You don't even have to knock on his door. He's listening to the music. There's no risk at all. That's absolutely true, but I'm not going in. It's scary, but sooner or later you have to go in and confront Alex. The equipment is in his room. Maybe you can use the technique that Dr. Fink showed you to keep panic from swallowing you whole while you enter the house. Maybe, maybe not, maybe later. At this moment, it's your only bet. Huh. He was like, I'm looking at it. And then he was like, nah, I'll go the other way. The revolver at the ranch, yeah, is one of the options. I just don't think there's ammo there for it. But it should work.
Mr. Harrow?
I suppose I am.
Mr. Harrow, and we'll sure, but for now, that's good to hear. However, since this is your first session, I'll allow a few questions.
No questions.
You should go and check in.
Oh, I do want to steal the book out of your bedroom, out of your bathroom while I'm here. I want to collect all of them. I still think that's something. Could it be Dr. Fink's simple calming technique to be turned into a deliberate act of self-confrontation, helping you overcome your fear of setting foot into the K Ranch house ever again? Sure. Let's return to the source in front of the ranch house where your fear overwhelmed you and use his tapping technique not as a shield, but as an anchor. Go to the Kuiper Belt, and we'll get the book there first. Maybe yes, maybe no. Maybe it's Maybelline. Get your character's death experience over with and face the future. I mean, how are we ever going to stop looping if we can't just casually die whenever we need to?
Hello, sir. My name is Percy. But of course...
No. Okay, no, nothing for him. Yoink. Lilith undercover, Lilith revealed. Yeah, see, there is definitely something with these books. Walk down the road, it's time to face your fears. Pop, 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 pop. Funny phrases can end up outside of context. How context is so important. Here we are. Time to overcome the feeling or make it bearable. Dr. Fink showed you a technique to calm yourself that could handle the overwhelming emotions. I do what Dr. Fink tells me one way or another. You tried it only once and it helped a little, so the advice has some value. You should try to apply the technique fully and commit to it. So much to the experience. Go back to the experience you avoid so much. First, grounding and breathing. Stand with both feet on the ground. That's what he said first. You check your balance, settling into a stance that feels comfortable while you stand. Check your breathing. It's okay so far, not too fast, not too slow, it feels normal. Okay, as ready as you'll ever be. We start tapping. 1, 2, 1, 2. You slip in a rhythm immediately, and as you start tapping, you focus on the moment, the string of emotions and the experiences hit you. Alex's reaction to shooting me is what really caught me off guard the most. He was so scared it made you feel even worse. Something else left a deeper, darker mark, the thing that keeps you from moving on. The fear of what comes next? Yes, the universal fear of the unknown, beyond reason or emotion. You were embraced by the void, and you still don't know what comes next. It's hard to process, but the lack of utter panic in your stomach tells you it's not the one you're searching for. The helplessness? Lying on the floor, your strength disappearing every second. You've ever felt more helpless in your entire life, and the worst thing is that it lasted forever. Something else seems to bother you, something you're still trying not to think about. The pain. Yes, the pain. At first, it seized your senses like a giant scorpion, claws locking you in place like helpless prey. You were frozen even before you sting, and then it struck and you were left at the mercy of its jaws, ready to be torn apart. That sensation rises inside you, threatening to overwhelm you. Rein it in now before it's too late. Take deeper breaths. You slow your breathing to match the tapping. Not easy, but you manage. You steady yourself just enough to keep wading through the experience. The pain still has you. Pincers locked, jaws starting to work. Your body helpless, but your mind was desperately trying to cling to something, anything. I fought for my life. You weren't ready to go. It wasn't supposed to end like this. Some part of you refused to let go. Then at some point, the pain just stopped and you were still alive, in the strange limbo where everything seemed to make sense and you were at peace. For some reason, recalling just how peaceful you felt in that moment leaves you uneasy now. Really uneasy. Readjust your balance. While tapping, you notice you've shifted your weight onto one leg. You adjust, leaning to the other side. It helps. You're back here now and stable. With the panic held at bay, you start remembering details that you never really acknowledged back then, as if reliving the experience through a different lens. There was so much blood. You never knew you had that much in you. It's a Shakespeare quote. I felt my pulse slowing. The pump of life running out of juice, working with what was left, fighting for you to end. Breathing got hard. Like the air was being sucked out of the room, like you'd been dropped on a mountaintop with no oxygen. As if dying had lifted you to the top of the world. Alex called someone for help. The lazy deputy with a sketchy vet. Whether someone could have actually helped is another matter. And I heard the sound. At the very end, as you fell into darkness, a faint but familiar sound entered your consciousness. The rocket launch. Your heart kicks into overdrive. Try tapping faster, maybe. Borg. Thank you so much.
This is a nice total conversion mod of Gotti Disco Elysium. Almost imperceptible, the comparison.
I know, right? It's a great total conversion mod. Thank you so much for 14 months, dude. I hope you've been enjoying our disco time dealing with depression. Funny, as if we're not like 70% liquid, right? All that blood. I'm gonna try tapping faster here to keep up with my heart. The rhythm accelerates and you lock into it like a quick metronome. Letting the tick helps you contain your feelings. You steady yourself and dive back in. The more you think about it, the more you're sure you heard it as your consciousness faded, which might mean you didn't really die, that the loop reset pulled you back from the gates of the underworld. And yet, you were on the edge, already on your way towards the darkness. So what came first, comfort of death or the loop that heals all wounds? I think I was saved by the loop. Yeah, but another mystery remains. You still don't know what would happen if you really died here. But you know that you don't want to test it. Focus on the dilemma. You realize your stop tapping a while ago and you feel okay. As if someone who almost died and then returned from the edge can be. The feeling's not gone, but it's pushed aside far enough that you think you can enter the house again. Looks like the whole tapping thing worked. You gained 3 inspiration. And we can wrap up this. Back into the house. Do enjoy dealing with depression every day, right? Ain't that part of it. Casually playing Space Marine 2. Suddenly I'm using 22 gigs of RAM. What? I mean, that game's got a lot going on. It's a good RAM hog at times. Could just be, yeah, it could just be Windows 11 magic. Interesting that there is a bathroom here, but nothing seemingly in it. Oh, I can't take the other book. Oh, there is a saddle up here we didn't look at. But it's not important. So maybe the books don't. Maybe I'm seeing something with the books that ain't real. That's the book about the Walter Group you need. Dig in. The first chapters are dedicated to the broader contextual look at the situation. What is Apex Ore? What did the company come to Rue Valley? Why? You skim through it. The author postulates a thesis. Collapse of the K oligarchs and the arrival of incorporated capital in the form of Apex Ore produced a paradox of them being perceived as part of the working people, not the ruling moneyed class. You think that's what it says. Despite the pop form of the book, the text is heavily and unnecessarily academic. They needed a better editor. If you ever get out, you can volunteer for the job. After this chapter are several photographs with a disclaimer courtesy of Rue Valley Cultural and Historical Center. The photograph that stands out shows maybe 24 people wielding twice as many weapons. They are all uniformly dressed in denim, pants, and cowboy hats. Below the title, Walter Group Muster, and the names of all the participants, out of which only Walter K. and Milton Caney's mean anything to you. Another photo that draws your attention shows Walter and Milton holding dynamite sticks in both hands, while Keynes is pointing 2 assault rifles towards the sun. They're either a club of the greatest weapon enthusiasts in the world, or they were preparing for a hostile takeover. Surely it's got to be the club. The author then details how the last scion of the K family, Walter, developed a populist ideology claiming that gold reserved discovered by Apex Ore belonged to the people. Walter Group unified around the ideas and started preaching nationalization of all subsurface resources. The group was led by Milton Caney's close friend and relative of Walter K. and the direct descendants of none other than Clayton Bronco Caney's. However, the author challenges the group's definition of the people, concluding via the unpublished manifesto and numerous interviews that the people refers solely to Walter and his inner circle. Whether K concealed this hierarchy deliberately or genuinely believed his kin's rule was righteous remains ambiguous. With the group's supporter and voter coercion, Walter K. ran for mayor in the 1985 election and lost to the incumbent, Thatcher. After the lost election, historiographical data supported by the author's interviews and eyewitnesses of the day reveals that the Walter Group planned a hostile takeover of local power. Then, new free elections would be called in hopes of legitimizing their position. This bushfire was stopped by the state with the aid of corporate capital. In March 1985, a new gun law was passed requiring the handover of all military-grade weapons. The style might be dry as dung in the desert, but the story's cooked me. Carry on reading. The Armaments Law of 85 effectively led to the disintegration of the Walter Group before they set fire to the bush. Mayor Thatcher managed to secure the loyalty of former group members with highly paid positions in his administration, while others were arrested on real or trumped-up charges. The remainder of the group followed Walter K. and established a political movement called For Our Children. Walter K. proclaimed the new movement as well as his new mayoral candidacy during the opening ceremony of the newly renovated K family burial grounds, including the statue of the founder Maynard K. The symbolism is clear, albeit on the nose. Part of K's speech is crucial to the author's analysis. Designated a historical site in the 1960s, the crypts became a fortress of legacy, one we've fortified with new sarcophaguses crafted with the precision of artisans and the reverence of those entrusted with eternity. Let its sanctity, shielded by law, remind all who doubt. Some foundations are unassailable. K's speech is charged with the same grassroots idea that had driven him from the start, only now it's formalized into party ideology, almost on the verge of blood and soil ideology, but the blood aspect is focused on his own family, not the group as a whole. This block of analytical insight is interrupted by a series of photographs added to this edition by the Botwood Cultural and Historical Center. It's a lot. Honestly, they can just say it's very academic. The bad language is like 99% of all academic books. Absolutely correct, right? These are all the photographs. Walter gives a speech next to the statue. His wife and children. The sarcophagus. Walter next to his sarcophagus. Grim determination is set in the entirety of Walter's body, like he's saying, here I am now and will be for all eternity. Are all the guns in the sarcophagus? Picture of Walter and the 4 children founding members. Unlike the bearded, rugged bunch from the cover of this booklet, you see men and women both in smart iron suits. Directed or not, most of them are looking at Walter, who's staring at the statue. Walter next to the statue. Unlike Walter on the book cover, he's clean-shaven, wearing a full suit in a cowboy style. His brows are unfurrowed, eyes full of steely focus. The statue gleams with the sun in the background, polished during the renovation. Walter giving a speech, both fists raised to the skies, mouth in a snarl. He proclaims Rue Valley belongs to the people. Pictures of him and his presumed wife and children, Alex and Maxine, his wife's hand. It's meant to show him as the family man. While the pseudo-grassroots militant movement was transformative itself into a political party, the state, supported by corporate capital, did not sit idly by. Milton Keynes, now an assistant chief of police, acted on Mayor Thatcher's order, conducted a search of all the members, hoping to find non-forfeited weapons. As a precaution or an additional insult, Keynes organized the searches while Kay and his supporters were attending the burial grounds opening. Of course, no weapons were uncovered during the search, but it severed all connections between Walter and Milton, which might have been the intended goal. And in return, Kay used his search in a public relations spin and won many new voters for his movement. Those weapons could still be anywhere. You have to follow the chain of events. Let boil it down to simple events without the content's meaning. Walter's group is armed to the teeth. The new law is passed. The weapons are gone. Kay family burial grounds are renovated. A new movement is declared. Maybe the graveyard? That makes the most sense. After all, the dead are not credible eyewitnesses. All right, to the graveyard. Let's look at this gun. If Deputy Cody didn't tell you this is still a functioning weapon, you would have thought it was only a relic. You know it's ancient, but the cold steel feels brand new against your skin. It might be due to the perfect craftsmanship or Walter's zealous maintenance. Every part of this weapon is meticulously polished and oiled. The real challenge will be finding the bullets. They could be stashed anywhere in the house if there are any at all. Check the barrel. You open the barrel, and to your surprise, shiny bullets. 3 shiny bullets are waiting inside. No tricks, no puzzles. 3 live rounds and a dead gun. Means you still have 3 chances to shoot Alex Kay in one loop. Better make sure you aim straight, because if not, your stomach burns with a vivid reminder of what will happen. How will you learn to use the gun with only 3 bullets inside and mere minutes until the loop ends? You have infinite loops at your disposal, but the mere thought of the countless times you'd have to run to this place only to fire 3 rounds. There must be another way. Like 3 bullets is not enough? I think I'm too late on this one. Yeah. I'd rather not be shot right now. Let's read a book until the time ends. You struggle to find the part where you stopped reading last time. You reach the end of a chapter, eagerly awaiting the next one, but enough for now. Oh, you can finish the books. totally can finish the books. You're going to grave robbing treasure hunting so that you can hold up a crazy conspiracy theorist in his motel room to steal his equipment so that you can contact the aliens? Have I maybe considered therapy?
With me, Mr. Harrow?
Technically, yes, I am
Mr.
still with
Harrow,
you.
But for now, that's... All right, you should...
Well, just in case, I'd rather be reading this book. Than just playing on my phone until the world ends. At least we get a nice read out of it. To the graveyard. Just restarted. Now you got 10 gigs used, 2 of which is Firefox. You know, Windows, it does love hogging stuff up. If I drink before, it would settle my nerves. It's not a bad idea. There is booze in the doctor's closet. Walter's grave still turned green. You're sure that Walter hid the weapon cache in his grave, but the sarcophagus looks sealed. Search around the grave. Nothing but the desert dust and a multitude of winds. Then your eyes fall on 2 side handles. One of them seems already turned. Pull the other handle. Grime and dust have almost caked this handle shut, but with another push it cracks open and we can push the lid. You've revealed a cornucopia of death and destruction. Rifles, pistols, revolvers, some weapons you don't even know the names of, ammo clips, dynamite sticks, detonators, bulletproof vests, helmets. Enough weapons to arm an army. Most of the weapons seem to be in decent enough condition. You see a few traces of rust. I guess this is to learn how to use a gun? I had one of these armored vests on when Alex shot me. Like a wounded animal, your mind instantly recoils from the thought you're not ready to dwell on that pain, not yet. Best you get a firearm. That's an interesting theory here. If I wore a bulletproof vest, he wouldn't kill me, but he'd think he'd kill me. Why would anybody wear a helmet these days? It can't stop a bullet, can it? No, it can't, but you wouldn't want to be under artillery bombardment without one. A minuscule rock could turn your brains into porridge. Since Alex doesn't command a battery of large caliber guns, best leave yourself that and get a weapon. How about these dynamite sticks? Who knows? Maybe the Walter Group planned to unleash a wave of terror bombings, or they really like chucking the sticks into the desert and watching the big booms. You need to find yourself a weapon you can use more than once. Let's go with the pistol. 9mm, standard movie issue. It won't blow your hands off, you think. There's plenty of ammo clips around. Because I can't go here and then go to the ranch. There's not enough time. The pistol feels wrong in your hands and very different from Maynard's revolver. Grab the firearm with both hands, thrust it far out in front of you, and spread your legs wide like police officers do in the movie. That is correct. If I'm going to be shooting a Magnum, Maynard's revolver, it's got to be like that. Your whole body burns with the effort of this simple exercise. All those years behind a keyboard took their toll. At least both the rear and the front sights of the pistol are aligned with your eyes. This should help you aim. At least you can hold the weapon somewhat competently. Still, you know little or less about actually shooting with it. Practice makes perfect. Luckily for you, the location is ideal for target practice. There's not a living soul around and you're far away from prying ears. What will you shoot at? You need to improvise a shooting range with some targets. There's a bunch of garbage lying around. Plastic and glass bottles, cans. Reduce, reuse, recycle. You'll need some time to get it all up to snuff. Let's not shoot recklessly. Let's shoot target by target. The weapon jerks in your hands like a serpent desperate to escape, but since you're firing shot by shot, you're able to control the recoil. So much garbage and you've struck absolutely nothing. Dad was right. I should have done military service. It would have made a man out of me. Or at least the man who knew how to shoot. Bad job so far. Seems like you'll have to practice and practice and practice. Maybe the first time was so bad because of the stance you've assumed. I guess sharpshooters stand like that for a reason. All right, let's do this again. Shoot, shoot, and shoot again. Miss, miss, and miss. It's even worse than the first time. All the cans and bottles still lined up. This is going to take longer than you hoped for. Only a montage can save me now. If the loop didn't reset everything by now, you'd be surrounded by a mountain of shell cases. Let's see what you've learned. Fire at the targets. We've come a long way. You feel like the pistol is an extension of your hand, but deep down, a worm gnaws at you. You're sure it's a false self-confidence coming from the dopamine hit of success. Hooks of realization sink deep into your mind. You've trained yourself to shoot another human being, to cause pain as terrible as you've suffered, maybe even death. Are you really ready to do that? Is it normal that I'm freaking out a little bit? Perfectly normal. A stress-soaked cocktail of performance anxiety, knowledge that your actions will cause harm, and the uncertainty of whether that message will really be worth it. You can only hope that it is. Yet whatever reason you tell yourself is the driving force behind this, you still have to live with the experience. The time loop resets everything around you, but it won't erase the memory of you shooting and killing a living, breathing person. Here's the worst part. If you don't find the way out of the loop, you'll be stuck with that forever, shooting him for nothing. Are you truly ready to do that? Good read for Windows high RAM utilization. Nice. Unused memory, less efficient to use. Oof. I guess, am I ready for this? Yes, if anyone can be ready for something like this. Off you go. The sooner this is done, the better. Oh! Your entire body is covered in goosebumps in anticipation of the inevitable. Whatever you plan to do is horrible, but you never want to experience that pain again. You'll do whatever you must to prevent it from happening. Knock on Alex's door and aim your weapon. Wow, this has escalated really fast. Your hands tremble. The seconds are years.
What's the password for today?
Wait in silence. He'll open the door anyhow. Dozens of lock clicks tell you Alex is coming any moment. This is it. Shoot him now. Oh my god. I'm reckless. All I could do was shoot him 3 times. Well, that worked. Achievement elite unlocked. Shoot Alex K. Not a sound is coming from the room. You expect a shrieks of pain or barely uttered groan, yet there's nothing. Go into the room and see what's happening. His body is prostrate on the floor, as still as stone. Ah, I shot him dead! Maybe you should have emptied your gun into him if you only wanted to injure him. He will respawn, you know it, same as you have, but you have to make back with the piece that you killed another human being. I didn't kill him, at least not permanently. Yeah, the loop will pull it back together, scrub clean a memory of this event, but you've lost a piece of yourself and that won't reset. The moment has passed. It will stay with you loop after loop for as long as it wants or needs. But there's no time to gnaw on that thought now. You'll have to shelve it and focus on the signal. Otherwise, you're a cold-blooded murderer for naught. Several devices sit on the desk, most of them looking hopelessly out of date. Some vaguely remind you of your childhood. Others so archaic and peculiar they feel plucked from a vintage sci-fi serial. You have no idea what to do, but you better act fast. You don't want to have to go through all this ever again. Oh, boy. Look at the satellite dishes. 2 compact parabolic reflectors angled through the window towards the sky. Best not to tinker with them. Look at the cables. Handful of fabric-braided cables snake between the different machines. Several sections are wrapped with mismatched tape. Masking tape, scribbled labels, strip of copper foil for extra shielding. Most of the frayed cables sit in the back of the PC tower, the heart of the entire setup. Perhaps you don't need to reverse engineer Alexander's analog wizardry piece by piece. If you can access whatever program he's running on the desktop, you can probably control the receiver directly and tune it to the signal without fiddling with the ancient dials. We look at the monitor. The flat panel glows with dark themed desktop, immediately revealing that Alex is somehow running an alternate operating system. Hopefully you won't have to use command line prompts. A browser tab is open. Pause mid-typing. The URL reads xenotheories.net/forum, and you can half make out the post titled "Why the 1983 Lantern Clouds Are..." No time for this. View other running applications. Instant of Wave PA is open, but the music is paused. Unminimizing a window reveals a list of tracks by some obscure artist. Wave Paw, it downright zaps the alpaca's socks. Great Winamp reference. The Strecken bars seem to happily ripple in response to your words. Check the icons on the desktop. Among random documents and games you have no time to check right now, you see a stylized satellite dish icon labeled Freakmaster. This might be the software interface. The program boots with a flicker of terminal code and resolves into a simple interface, a list of saved frequencies and decryptions presets on the left, a waveform display on the right, and status indicators blinking beneath it. Signal strength, decryption module, and error rate. Judging by the names, the presets seem to be made by Alex. Half of them are just cryptic, the other half borderline insane. You scroll through the list. The Corsair cache. The beacon? Speaker crackles to life and you hear the faint hiss of a poorly tuned receiver. Sounds like it's filtered through gravel and static. They keep us in the light. They think the light illuminates, but it only blinds. It blinds you to the shape of the cage. You look at the bars and see only empty space. You hear the lock, click, and call it music. Is this Mr. Rutger? Whatever his name is? The patterns are everywhere. Once you learn to see in the dark, the same symbols in the corporate logos, the same intervals in the pop songs, the same narrative on every screen, synchronized, a frequency of control. They think we're receivers, passive and obedient. But a receiver can be returned. A signal can be jammed. Remember that. When the world starts to make perfect sense, that's when you know you're listening to the transmission. Seek the static. Find the gaps between the channels. That's where the truth hides. Not in the message, but in the silence they're so desperate to fill. Keep your eyes to the sky, your ears to the ground. The signal is weakening. I can feel it. They can feel it. That's why the noise is getting louder. This doesn't seem to be connected to Coral Destiny. Let's go with the Corsair cache. It's not the clean stream of internet radio station, but raw lo-fi warped at the edges. It's all abrasive energy, a sonic assault that feels chaotic and precise. CD comms. Should be Coral Destiny. Could be. You listen for a few seconds. If there's anything here, it's hidden in deep noise. This has to be it. Sounds like a female voice is emerging from the noise. With every second, it becomes more clear.
Reads 19 degrees, but I'm sweating like a pig. And no, it's not only because I'm nervous.
Listen. It's her. No time for being unconscious now.
Why am I unconscious?
Come on, Frank. Open your eyes. On your feet. Silly questions will have to wait.
Who knew that these moments would be so hard? They would feel so long. I can't stop myself from rethinking everything. My whole life. From insignificant details to major decisions. All of which led me right here. So close to home.
Rescue Judy. It's you. I'm gonna find you.
I told you it's her. But first, you need to open your eyes. Come on. Cock-a-doodle-doo, buddy.
Open your eyes. Oh my god, I'm Frank!
At least I'll have the best possible view, right? After so many months of just endless, rolling emptiness dotted with distant, uncaring stars, the planet feels surreal.
I love that I have two intentions. One is rescue Judy and one is don't ever fix Anita's car. This guy is super impatient, arrogant. These are the same stats I had, I think. But she's in orbit. I must be dreaming.
You idiot. She was here all along. Sitting on that payload adapter waiting for you. Calling you. It was no accident you came right here. Even if you only realize it now. And all the while they tried to stop you. First your sister, then that scrawny loser. But now that you've gotten rid of them both, it's only you and Judy. And me.
Scrawny loser. Alex?
Just a blue and white disc against the darkness. looks so small, like I can just pluck it out of the universe with my fingers, put it in my pocket, and keep it forever.
I'm assuming we're like breaking timelines is what's happening. Judy, can you hear me?
I don't think so. You're too far away.
I never imagined my homecoming like this. I was never good with words. I thought I would have more to say. But just seeing Earth, knowing that everything and everybody I love is down there. Thinking about the warm sunlight on my skin, and the smell of wet grass, and the whipping of the wind leaves me breathless. Literally.
So we have like one reality where she blew up leaving orbit, one reality where I guess she's stuck in space, and another reality where she comes back home. We'll start crawling towards her. Interesting that it's still 8:45.
Though all is said and done now, the computer notified me I'm within short range. Yeah, all messages would be sent automatically, but since I'm still here, why not do it in person? Say a bit more. I can't hear you, Starbase One. I was never able to fix the long-range comms, but you can hear me.
Yeah, punctured lung, not so good. Same with the severe bleeding.
I'm transmitting all my recorded messages now. Not like I care anymore how much power it'll drain. Anyhow, it's getting harder.
Lock it off.
So, I'll stop. Judy, out.
She's gone. Why is she gone?
Oh, Judy, come back.
Guiding light, mission log, day 2, Commander Resnick recording. You know this already, Starbase One, but let's be thorough for the record and all that.
Quick, don't lose her again.
Judy, I'm coming. I'm coming, Judy.
While performing a Transmars injection, the main engines went offline. Neither the crew nor ship's automated systems were able to identify the cause, so in consultation with the CEO and Mission Control, we opted for me to perform an exploratory EVA.
Wait. Something's different. She sounds so distant now. Is she afraid?
Don't worry, Judy. I'm coming to save you. Got 1 minute left till the boom.
Moments out of the airlock, the ship was rocked by cascading explosions, and I'm still not sure what went wrong, but my working hypothesis is that the injection system suffered a catastrophic failure. The only reason I'm still alive and not blown to bits or into the endless vacuum is my jetpack. I was able to reach and undock the landing module with an emergency override before the ship was torn apart. Mission specialists Wolf and Hobb are presumed dead.
Fuck! The battery's dying! Hurry up! You have to save her!
Hang on, Judy.
Since most of our TMI was completed, I'm still en route to Mars, albeit on an altered trajectory thanks to the push from the explosions. I have yet to calculate my approach angle. Most of the lander's equipment is intact and functioning, excluding the long-range comm. 2 out of 10 solar panels have also suffered significant damage. I regret that loss.
Don't die. I'm coming for you. I love you.
I love you too, Frank.
I have a lot of questions.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
What just happened? If you ever wondered how it feels to be in someone else's shoes, now you know. That was Frank. Exactly, was. There's no chance anyone could have survived those injuries. And that was Judy, wasn't it? Could she be alive? With the state Frank was in, you're not sure if she was really there, but that was definitely her voice you heard on the radio. How can it be that accident was years ago? Possible note without the rest of the message, but you made sure to catch the signal at the earliest possible moment, and it sounded like there's only noise before it. You even shot a man to do it. Yeah, don't remind me, please. I felt what he felt. Think about it. You both defy the loop in some way or another, and this vision you just had is only further proof that he's your ticket out of here. But I didn't recognize the place from the vision because I've never been there. I thought I'd been everywhere already. Have I really? No. I mean, we know there's the hilltop.
Mr. Harrow?
Sorry, yeah, no, I gotta go.
Mr. Harrow, please.
Give me my coffee, you jerk!
He died as a result of a car crash somewhere in Rue Valley next to space debris. Frank's final moments keep haunting you. He was certain he'd save Judy, clinging to the certainty right until the end, even if it was painfully clear he was dying. How could he be so completely blind to the possibility of failure? As this question echoes in your mind, an older, long-buried memory surfaces, washing over you with the clarity of the present moment. A grinding beat intensifies, synths blare in your frontal charge on your eardrum, and the bassline transcends hearing. You feel it in your belly. Dopamine overflows your body, and your heart thumps with the music. You're so happy that you pushed yourself to do the unexpected and actually came to this Iron Wave gig. Let's dance like tomorrow will never come. It's a real miracle that no one is hurt in the ensuing vortex of limbs, knees, and elbows. The music stops for a moment, and the whole club is frozen mid-dance. The DJ blasts a vicious beat, a blaring air raid alarm on steroids, trying to make itself heard over a stone-grinding machine. The people roar with their approval, and the whole dance floor moves like a single organism in a miasma of noise and sweat. Moments before the collective club body would perish from exhaustion, the music slows down. Insane machine noises replaced by distorted pings and pongs. Sweat permeates from your whole body, literally dripping from the fabric of your shirt. Take off your shirt and throw it into the writhing mass of people. What better way to cool down that chicken chest of yours? Suddenly, from a throng of people, a girl in front dances closer, her body rubbing against yours. Rub back. You stand like that for a moment or two, body against warm body, and then the rhythm separates you. She turns, her face radiant with a smile. Smile back. She turns back again, her hair brushing against your naked chest. If you would just try, something might happen. Maybe a one-night stand? And who could resist that chicken chest of yours? The dance continues, and the girl rides its waves close to you again. Not enough to touch, but so near that her scent overwhelms you. Ooh. So many options. Let's go with the musky, sweet smell of fresh cinnamon. Against your will, the body responds, blood rushing where it hasn't in ages. It's been so long since you've touched another body, far too long, ever since she left you. And with that memory, blood retreats to whence it came from, urgency cooling into hesitation. You just knew you'd mess it up again. This girl is clearly interested, so come on and do something. And what? Shit all over another life just like I did with her? This girl is looking at you, eyes full of questions, lips taut with confusion. I just mess everything up. Sorry. You can't be sure she heard you, but she saw your sour face. Slowly but surely, the chaotic waves separate you and you melt into the amorphous dance of mass of people dancing. Iron Wave continues to grind and blast from the speakers like nothing ever happened. For the best, really. Frank was so sure he saved Judy, clinging to that certainty right until the end. Painfully clear he was dying. How could someone be so completely blind to the possibility of failure? Cycle of doubt. Alright. So that's fear of failure, probably. Search everywhere for Frank. This is going to take 2 willpower. He's out there in the desert next to some sort of space-looking thingamajig, part of a rocket. How remarkably vague yet oddly specific. I have to find him. Begin the fast-forward montage and search everywhere. Not what I was expecting.
There's a whole mess of scrap metal littering in the desert. Dozens, hundreds? Hell if I know.
This one's really big. There's an antenna on it. That's not helpful. You know if anyone's been tracking them?
Ain't no decent or sane soul keeping tabs on that, damn sure. You could ask my deadbeat brother, but I sure as hell wouldn't. Yeah, these days he'd swear the rain's been waiting on him to poke his head out just to spit straight at it.
Space debris? What do you know about that? They sent you to keep tabs on me, didn't they? Didn't they? You think you're real slick, don't you? But ain't no scrawny-ass poser gonna screw me over.
Now, wait just a minute.
Shut the fuck up and stand right there. I'm gonna call Cousin Cody. You got some real explaining to do.
Classic.
Back off. Now.
Now, just wait a minute.
No handouts. You want something? Earn it.
Stare at her blankly.
What did I say? Back off.
Nothing here, not a damn thing, at least nothing discernible. Just empty space, the kind that holds no trace of the one above. Cactus, shrub, rock, rock, cactus, bush, rock. Quite the scenery, huh? Space debris? Not sure what you're getting at, Mr. Harrow. Oh, you mean those Coral Destiny rocket bits? Ever since they started raining, standard property insurance turned into everything but standard. Tons of forms, weird clauses, endless back and forth, just like the orbital junk. We just dropped it. Wouldn't worry about that. It's not like we're in any real danger. I've heard online that the chances of a cow taking you out are way higher than getting hit by lightning. How cool is that? If you actually had it, your pedometer would probably either blow a fuse or throw in the towel and just lie. Any particular reason you're ditching the wheels? Voluntary car sacrifice? Or... I don't know. When everything else fails, just follow your feet.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Yeah, just
Mr.
nod.
Harrow, I'm aware that you may be experiencing a slight lack of motivation right now.
I'm sure we'll be coming back to it, but if I have a question for you, if you don't mind.
Oh? By all means, ask away.
You've been around these parts for quite some time, right?
Mr. Harrow, I'm flattered that you're interested in getting to know more about me, but we are not here to discuss my life. In fact, getting personal may derail our progress. That said, it's completely understandable that you'd need some time to settle in. To adjust to these parts, as you've aptly put it. And to me as well. And we've got a long road ahead of us. All right then. That's it for today.
Indeed. I also have
That
other
space
things to talk
junk?
to him about.
Can't say for sure, buddy, but I reckon the locals are scraping those as soon as they hit the ground. They probably think it's worth something. Or they just need a convenient tin roof for the chicken coop. Not that I've seen many of those around, to be fair. Now, speaking of things falling from grace, how about one Stargarita?
Why not? Back and forth. Doesn't matter how far you lean forward, you're still tethered like a swing. All the while, the strained groaning of rope sings a somber lullaby for someone who simply doesn't care to be found. I miss the sunrise. Back then, things still had a beginning and an end. I mean, we get a kind of sunrise.
Mr. Harrow?
It's just very different. Bury your head in your
Mr. Harrow,
knees.
I'm aware that you may be experiencing a slight lack of motivation right now.
It's a good montage. Still digging for answers, or has hope joined the dead? Screw it. I don't care anymore. Screw that guy.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Lie down on the couch, bury your head in the pillow, and start screaming.
Mr. Harrow!
It's a great montage. Double bird.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow? Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Technically, yes. How many loops is this?
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Hey, he's saying it a little different every time. You've searched Rue Valley high and low and still nothing. Either he's gone, swallowed by dirt alongside your sanity, or he slipped just beyond reach, caught somewhere between the loop's claws and the edge of escape. Despite being an interesting thought experiment on how insanity sets in. Frank's gone. He's really gone. All those loops, wasted breath. A scream claws up your throat but drowns in a tar pit of hopelessness. Every path leads back here to this chair. Alarm clock and the doctor's inevitable.
Still with me, Mr. Hollow?
Mr. Hollow? He's right. The anguish has run its course, leaving you hollow like a bell with its tongue torn out, but it's doomed to swing forever in a soundless void. Why would you fight? The loop grinds hope to dust. Why would you feel? It all ends in suffering. Let the loop win. Let numbness swallow you whole. Void of resignation.
Mr. Harrow, can you hear me?
Limited interaction, seeking nothingness. +2 calculated, +4 introverted, +4 indifferent. Awkward. He won't leave you alone. Open your eyes and answer him already. Yes. He gives you a concerned look.
Is remarkably flat. I can't even see you breathing.
Watch out, he's baiting you back into this horrid, hopeless world.
This level of withdrawal points to either executive or cognitive paralysis.
But you need to forget. To forget about Frank, Judy, and Coral Destiny. To forget you're in a time loop.
Is your mind blank? Or are thoughts circling without anchor?
Blank, if only. You'd give anything to lighten consciousness' feverish grip, to embrace the sweet relief of nothingness once more and be cast away and like that, like a leaf on the wind.
Are you present with me? Or are you dissociating?
And you just have to ask him. Sorry, I haven't slept in a lifetime.
Is that so?
He seems to inspect the dark circles under your eyes.
If you happen to have trouble falling asleep tonight...
He opens his hand, revealing a single purple pill. No reflection in his glasses. Above them is a pair of bushy eyebrows.
Remember, what I'm giving you is a mild, non-prescription, herbal hypnotic drug. Nothing more.
Take the pill.
Hopefully, it'll help you calm down and get some rest tonight. We'll continue tomorrow. All right, then. Now, you only need to pick up the key card for your room.
Okay.
Come on, you thief!
There's a lot of pieces here. Judith, the signal. We shot Alexander K, so we can wrap this up. Now you know what needs to be done to reach Alex's radio equipment, though you never want to do the deed again. Once was one time too many. You've heard all that there is to hear. You spent loops and loots searching for Frank. You've walked every millihan, centifoot, every light nanosecond of Rue Valley that you could reach, but you could find neither his body nor the space debris in question.
I'll break you open if I have to.
Your sweet ticket into oblivion, the purple pill. Why not swallow it right now? It doesn't really matter. Why not? Using saliva as a lubricant, you help the purple capsule find its way into your stomach. Let's take the key card and get into your bed as soon as possible.
No, I didn't misconfigure. Of course it's urgent. Oh, hold on. I have... Hello, reception? Oh, what can I do for you, Dr. Fink? If it's about the Wi-Fi,
She points her eyes towards you.
Yes, he's here.
Ignore her. She rolls her eyes as well and then smiles as she touches the button.
Hello? I'm very sorry. I will have to call you back later.
She turns the call, ends the call, turns to you.
Key card.
Wait for it to be over. Suddenly, she curtails her excitement as if she remembered something.
You must be very tired. Perhaps I'll tell you about it some other time. It's a really interesting story.
Wonder how sleep deprivation would work in this situation. Mentally, you need sleep. Days, if not most. I mean, there's a few times that we've just collapsed on the bed.
I'll just need your signature. All right.
Document
I'm here
signed.
if you need anything. Enjoy.
We say goodbye. Well, I guess let's go pass out. I never noticed this as a compass rose here. North, south, east, west. Suitcase. Not reckless. Crawl into bed. That one might be even better. Soon dreamless sleeps will extinguish your thoughts. Turn off your phone. Good. Percy won't disturb you this loop. Now the final step. All you need to do now is let your mind turn off and close your eyes. The images return as always, chasing one another, but you know they'll stop soon. And as your thoughts begin to slow down and your consciousness lightens its feverish grip on you, you feel a dull gratitude for Dr. Fink and his purple pill. Forget. The sound of the loudest thunderclap jerks you out of your slumber. If only I could turn it off. Back to sleep. My ADHD ever want to be that easy, right? Sounds like it's time already. And back into the loop we go.
Still with
Here
me,
we go
Mr.
again.
Hollow?
It's twice he's called me
Your
Mr. Hollow.
affect is remarkably flat. Is that so? Well then, if you remember, hopefully it'll help you. All right then. Now.
Oh, you must be very tired. Here.
Interesting. Now we're having a depression montage. Intention updated Rue Valley, your new home. Images return as always, chasing each other in the same tired circles. You count the seconds until they stall. Don't know that you could hit deep sleep in 47 minutes. It's not even, right? Because the thunderclap wakes us up. 8 more minutes. Go back to sleep. Boom. Whoosh.
Well then, if you happen to have trouble falling.
Reach for the pill.
Oh, you must be very tired. Here.
Now we're stuck in a loop. Name of the valley is notable too, right? Go back to sleep. Okay, that's 3. This is typically where gaming breaks out of the loop.
There's nothing you can do to help me? How about check the repair?
Not even interaction menus anymore. Boy. Tavern Keeper does something funny like this, but only once. Closes the game if you take a certain decision path.
Yes, Rue Valley Motel. Our Coral Destiny internet antenna is down.
47 minutes isn't long enough for a proper sleep schedule. Yeah. Again, he's only taking like 20-minute micro naps.
Yes, I have rebooted the modem.
There's still definitely something about like fixing the antenna ourselves. The frantic sound coming from the century-old clock nudges you out of your routine. The stale ear coats your tongue.
Mr. Hollow?
Pre-scripted words to summon the pill await on your lips. Just endure the next couple of minutes and you'll be in bed again, numb. Even these minutes grow heavier. Your packed consciousness tightened to the narrow window, only to compact it into something denser. Each return from dreamless nothingness strikes like compressed shrapnel, piercing deeper every loop. This is not working.
Mr. Harrow, I am aware of a slight lack of motivation you may be experiencing right now.
You shrank the loop to 4 minutes instead of 47, crammed your world into 3 rooms instead of the entire Rue Valley. By trying to forget it, you've made it tighter and duller. You've made a loop within a loop.
Coming back to this condition of yours later during our sessions.
Your condition? Perhaps he's right. What if your condition has tricked you? It promised you oblivion, but only deepened your misery.
Now, I just want you to acknowledge its existence and try to stay aware of it at all times if possible.
All right, doctor, I'll do it. I'll stay aware of my condition at all time. Focus on the void. Just like that, you obey him fully for the first time. You stare into the void, and the void stares back. A muffled sound of metallic clanging from outside infiltrates your awareness. The old vending machine. You heard that sound so many times now, but as the loops went by, you almost forgot about it. But that's not the void. Dr. Fink has been strangely quiet for some time. Is he waiting for me to say something? Perhaps, but you're doing exactly what he asked you to. Focus on... You can't really focus on the void, can you? No. How could you? One can't see the absence of an image. One can't smell the lack of a scent. Or is nothingness just an illusion? Emptiness but a result of failure to find the hidden somethings deep inside. Is it possible to find something even inside the most hollow thing only by observing it over and over again until something eventually appears? Staying aware of my condition means noticing everything that survives inside it, despite it.
That's very perceptive, Mr. Harrow.
He seems satisfied, and at one short moment you feel a strange connection to him, almost as if he finally understands you're trapped in a loop.
And what survives?
It's asking the real question here. Is there anything outside the void, anything that still makes you glad to be alive? Reading books. I kind of want to do that one because it's the only one I don't have.
Yes. Anything else?
Learning new skills.
For sure. What else?
Fixing things.
Why not? And if I may add, getting to know yourself, becoming a better person, and countless other things, small and big. Things that make life worth living.
Good. Another good one. Very good one. Right?
Sometimes it takes a lot of effort to do any of these. Sometimes it's even hard to decide which one is worth it. But in the end, it doesn't really matter what you choose. One of my patients enjoys drinking a glass of lukewarm water first thing in the morning.
Maniac.
You ask why? I don't know. And it doesn't matter. They somehow started doing it, continued doing it, and with time they learned to enjoy it. But one thing is certain. Completely giving up is never worth it, Mr. Harrow.
Good lesson. He might be right. Trying to shut yourself out of this miserable world hasn't made you feel any better. Perhaps you can't escape the loop, but there are things to do, sensations to experience, emotions to feel. It may look pointless, but you have to try. You have to make yourself try. One loop at a time. Every time you find yourself back in Dr. Fink's office, you get to make a decision. Either collect all your strength and give yourself some reason to live through the next 47 minutes, or take the pill again.
Mr. Harrow, can you hear me?
Yeah, but I have to go now.
Mr. Harrow, please.
Just walk. Just leave the car parked at the motel and walk north, south. It doesn't matter. Spend the loop on foot. You read somewhere it's an instant mood booster. Rue Valley, your new home. I no longer hate Rue Valley. Seems like for the first time, Rue Valley is your new home. Well, very poignant, went through it, right? I think we all kind of do at some point or another, so I guess let's just walk then. But let's do it in the next episode, because that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll be back tomorrow with, I suspect, the conclusion. We've got to be so close to the end here now. We're wrapping things up, so we'll tune back in for one more. Until next time, bye-bye.